Alright, and we're back. So, if you guys are hearing this, if you're I can't imagine anyone is actually watching me live right now because it's fucking 3 in the morning. For context, yesterday I was playing Reverse 1999. I was trying to do Chapter 8, and I so happened to discover that it was Chapter 8. I thought it was an event for some reason. I don't know why. I thought that, but I thought it was an event. That's actually not the case. It's actually just the full-on story. So, I have to clear chapter 6 and 7 to get to 8. I mean, I also have to do this, like, interlude here. But I was thinking about it. I cleared through chapter 6. The reason why I kind of blitzed through chapter 6 is I was trying to get through chapter 6 and 7 in order to just do 8 on that stream. It didn't happen that way, obviously, because I'm doing chapter 7 today. But someone mentioned that I probably shouldn't just skip through chapter 7. I kind of already know what happens. I know I mean, I've already done the events of 2.0 and 2.1, so I sort of already knows. I sort of know what kind of happens, relatively speaking, in chapter 7. I obviously don't know exactly what happens. You know, there's obviously some details that I just don't know. But they recommended to me I should at least just do it, right? So today, I guess today technically is, you know, the 11th. Today, we will try to get through chapter 6. Chapter 6 is at least 30 chapters, right? 30 missions or something, so that's gonna be really fun. So, I mean, Vereinsamt is basically takes off exactly after the Prisoner of the Cave, right? And the last thing we see in Prisoner of the Cave is basically like people have discovered the island exists. You know, the island where the you know, the math people, they sort of exist, and a literal bomb was about to be dropped on 37, like a literal bomb. Now she probably lives. I say probably because she's a character I have, right? So she most likely
Got a job for me?
what is this?
If you're
Favorited.
looking
Oh,
for
okay, thanks.
someone,
She most
need
likely
something you've
lives.
used before.
My problem is, I don't really know if that's 100% true, and I don't know what happens to everyone else on the island. I'm assuming bad stuff happened based off of what I learned in 2.0, but I guess we find out for sure here, so this is what we're doing today. And I will literally not sleep until we get through chapter 7, so we might as well just start. By the way, I think it's called Vereinsamt, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if that's how you say it. So we'll find that out together.
Mama, I have a question. Why don't people like the irrational numbers?
Do you feel the same about them, 37?
Maybe a little?
Okay, if I remember, anyone that's considered a number is an arcanist, but imaginary numbers are non-arcanists, I believe. But I forgot what irrational numbers mean. I think they're people that just don't fit the quo of the system.
You see, Mama, I can count to 3 and to 17, but I can never count to something like 0.0100010001000001. That's analysis and calculations. The endless non-repeating decimals would make a mess of the results, and I can't keep the equations as simple and elegant as I want.
But your favorite, the circle. The ratio of its circumference to diameter is also an irrational number, is it not?
Pi is special. I know how it was found and what it represents, so I trust it and use it in my calculations. The same with e, logarithm 2, and root 2. But not many irrational numbers are this convenient to work with. Some have no patterns, no simplest forms, and no end. I can't work out their digits, write them out, or calculate them.
Oh,
Not
I'm
only are
gonna
they
do something for the
impossible
audio
to
real quick.
pinpoint on the number axis, but there's an infinite amount of these irrational numbers.
Okay, we're gonna try it like this.
What's so funny, Mama?
You're a clever, silly goose, my dear. You don't dislike them, you just don't understand them enough. Take our old friend Root 2, for instance. The irrationality of this number can be proven through basic arithmetic, as it cannot be expressed as an irreducible fraction of integers a over b. A simple proof by contradiction is enough, with no knowledge of irrational numbers required. The presence of root 2 is prevalent in nature, and it is particularly noticeable along the diagonals of a square. This means...
Oh, I know! This means the system built solely on the ratio of integers was flawed.
Yes, root 2 is simple, elegant, and one of the greatest discoveries in mathematics. It showed the existence of infinite incommensurable numbers, with root 2 being the most obvious one to find.
I guess that's true, huh?
This was how the Tower of Old Ideas crumbled, paving the way for revolutionary breakthroughs that catapulted mathematical analysis into uncharted frontiers. We discovered a kingdom beyond our traditional methods, one that's immeasurable, incommensurable, and inexhaustible. And the key to its gates is hidden in plain sight, in the diagonal of a square.
A kingdom of irrationality. I see now, Mama. We are not all-knowing beings. There will always be numbers beyond our awareness, such as the nature of irrational numbers. So, if we get to know the irrational numbers better, we can be friends with them too. But you haven't told me why people on the island hate them.
Oh, uh-oh. I'm unsettled.
Mama?
I'm getting unsettled. Oh. We're about to see the bomb, huh? Oh, shit.
37. You're awake.
Is she good?
Sophia?
Alright,
long was I
she's
out?
not missing any limbs so far. It's good.
You've been in a coma for a week. No, stop! You're not well yet!
There's no time. I have to find 6. I have to tell them now. Our circle has been broken.
I think we're a little past that.
Now we've learned some manners in a payron, haven't we? Namely, to abstain from beans, never parcel off a loaf, and stay away from the white roosters on the road.
I still don't get the beans thing.
It's been
I mean, I
so
get
long
it's a
since
rule,
we
but I
last
don't
talked
get
about
why.
these things.
I just
How
think it's such a
time
weird
does fly.
line to draw.
This rusty brain of mine is struggling to keep up. We should have waited until dawn to light the candles. The sun would have mistaken the day for night and delayed its appearance in the morning. That way, we would have had more time to talk. Indeed. You possess a far greater understanding of the laws of nature than your ancestors. It's only natural that you wouldn't relate candlelight to sunrise. But for the people of earlier times, there was a commonly understood connection between the two. Did the trees not bear fruit after the Horn of Plenty was filled at the Harvest Festival? Did the field not wave with grain? Does the lighting of a match not illuminate the moon? It's human nature to try to understand the world. Of course, at that time, mistakes were made, and some phenomena were attributed to the wrong causes. Some theories were developed from false facts. It was a time of symbols, you see. The flower represented blessings and harvest. The Ouroboros, the eternal cycle. The hawk, wit and astuteness. And the soil, safety and protection. Aside from nature, the circle symbolized protection, the triangle, stability, and the triple helix, ascendance, change, and the unity of mind, body, and soul. As time went on, things became associated with one another, and more symbols were created. You can see the cause and effect with your own eyes, dear. It's clear when something is related and when it isn't. If the outcome isn't what we expect, these symbols must be incorrect. But it's not their physical form that's wrong. Physical objects never lie. It's the meaning and concept given to them that are wrong, you see. Objects are just objects. A match is just a match, not the illuminator of the moon. An animal is just an animal. The circle and triangle are only shapes. And you are just you.
You are just you. Fucking Arcana.
Nothing's happening.
Miss Virgin, your attention, please. This is a public inquiry, and your answer determines the fate of you and your friends. There will be a vote on your punishment, considering the leak of the island's coordinates and the damages caused by you and Manus Vindictae. Yet, in the past 2 hours, you've looked at your watch 10 times. Forgive me for being blunt. What could possibly bother you more than your
Who is
sentence?
this? I don't remember her.
My apologies.
I don't remember her.
Let her look, 888. Doesn't it occur to you that time is also in the form of numbers? Perhaps she's waiting for her lucky number to come.
Well, her lucky number would be 37.
Besides, what conclusions have the good people here made? We were brought together in this great hall today, for misfortunes have struck us in the past week. Manus followers were found dead in our sacred place, the Gorgon current was cut off, and a human army has invaded our land. There are also the territorial disputes, the threats from external powers, and the conflicts between our guests. As you can see, our guests have brought us quite the unexpected gifts. They will give us their explanations. But whose words should we trust? Those of the Foundation or Manus Vindictae?
Wait.
I swear on the Stone of Truth that I have no knowledge of the leak. We never gave any information to the humans. As we speak, the St. Pavlov Foundation is taking measures to mediate the territorial disputes from outside the island.
But you did report everything here to the Foundation. And you don't know what they did with the information, do you?
Right.
A questionable defense. A doubtful explanation. Why should we trust her? We all know that
I
the
feel like
Foundation is
we're not,
closely associated with the
you know,
humans.
being more critical of fucking Manus Vindicte over here. You know, I feel like that's something we should put more into, but whatever.
They are the false friends of the Arcanists, with their crocodile tears and broken vows. While many may have changed over time, their nefarious human taint lingers. Besides, why should we seek collaboration and assistance from an organization that's 7 years behind us on the study of the emanation? But rush not, brothers and sisters. The moment of decision has not yet arrived. Let's give our old friend Manus Vindicte a fair and equal hearing before casting our pebbles into the pot. Indeed. The Foundation's understanding of the emanation is 7 years behind ours. However, our Manus friends here are unable to speak at all, let alone understand complex mathematical principles. Please enlighten us, Miss Arcana. Why were swaths of your followers found dead at the door of our sacred place? Did our math lessons drive them to madness, causing them to bash their heads against the gates of truth like martyrs?
So it would seem. What?
What?
One must confess that our followers were ill-prepared to take on the wisdom of the island. But we did come seek mutual development with sincerity. I trust you are aware of the assistance we have provided over the years in this world of matters, which you, though reluctantly, relied upon. As to this debate, I was once told a story that now seems fitting to recount.
Pray, share with us.
Thank you kindly. 'Tis the story of the Circle. A young artist told it to me before I arrived on this island. In the ancient past, amid a world of primitive instincts and ignorance, the first intelligent mind awakened. Overwhelmed by the enormity of nature and dismayed by its own insignificance, the creature was shaken to its core. In an act of defiance, it drew a magic circle, shielding its powerless self from the formidable world beyond. This was the first magic, when the primitive man mastered the pneuma within and wielded it against the relentless forces of nature.
I hate that her voice is enticing.
In that process,
It kind of pisses me off, if I'm
gained a
gonna be
deeper
honest.
understanding of the boundaries and limitations of its power. This is the tale of the first circle.
I'm gonna do auto because it keeps like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to like skip anything, like any of the cutscenes. I'm kind of scared that I will.
The circle shielded us, and its protection benefits thee to this day. What I find intriguing in this story: man hath established its existence, recognized its boundaries, and learned the purpose of life, all by relying upon this very circle.
Oh, is that 37?
Ch.7.
What's wrong, 37?
The island. Our island has fallen ill.
Uh-oh. How did they survive the bomb? Sorry, I just thought about it.
What's going on?
I was just thinking about it.
Is that a hailstorm?
Did any one of them have, like, any
No.
defensive magic?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, right? She obviously took impact damage at least, right?
Those are Abraxases falling from the sky.
Wait. Is this the storm?
It's the storm. The storm of this era is here.
Oh, shit. But why now? Oh, I'm so confused. I thought this place was highly unaffected by the storm. Is what I was under the assumption of. I guess I'm wrong. Obviously, since that's not what's happening.
Miss Verton, did you just say the emanation has happened? Just now?
More precisely, its 24-hour countdown has begun. There's always a buffer period before the storm, during which the storm syndrome gradually spreads from the critical point across the globe. The symptoms are different every time, and we have yet to discern a pattern. With the help of Laplace Scientific Computing Center, the best we can do now is to send a 24-hour warning prior to the storm. Another minute has passed.
Please remain seated, everyone. We are still in the middle of a vote.
Oh man, you know what? I haven't heard anything about 888, so I'm probably gonna have to assume she dies or something.
The emanation holds no influence on this island. The discussion must continue until a satisfactory conclusion is reached. No other subjects shall be brought up until then.
The Banshee acting as a custodian. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's one of those things we'll see later. Or she turns evil and then she doesn't. I don't know, who knows?
Come here, 37. Can someone please bring her a
I don't want to make
blanket?
too much of assumptions for characters I don't know the fate of yet. But I can't say I'm, like, hyped up to see a cool character and then not hear anything about her until literally now.
42. Go with Sophia and check on those Abraxases.
Abraxas, if I recall, are the Guardians. But she does have a cool design, but just because you have a cool design doesn't mean you live. I know that one for sure.
Ah, good news. Good news indeed.
The storm coming is good news.
We are freed from the pain of choosing whom to blame, are we not?
We are?
What?
We are?
The emanation is coming. The tides of Numa will pour from above and wash away all trivialities. By then, human intruders and the international powers of this era, along with the turmoil
Oh wait, that's
they brought,
technically true.
will all be dissolved and poured into the ditches like gunk.
That is technically
And we will
true.
regain our shores, and return to the study of essence and forms.
No, it's different this time. The island has fallen ill. It's getting bloated, stagnant, and sluggish, drifting into the world of matters where ignorance reigns. Soon, the tides of Numa will wash over us.
Oh,
sweeping
so the
away
storm can affect them
fragments
now.
of the phenomenal world.
I wonder what changed.
What did you say? In other words, we will all be taken by the emanation? This.
This is unthinkable.
Yeah, it's pretty bad news.
37, you just woke up from a coma. You're not well.
That is also technically true.
Why don't you take another rest?
No time for that. I'm here to warn you. Apiron is gone. I can no longer sense it. This has never happened before.
Why are you so surprised, 37? You should know the reason of its alienation. You brought outsiders to the sacred place. You betrayed the scripture's teachings and angered Apiron.
Well, I don't know if that's all true.
Of course, I may have jumped to this accusation, as Manus Vindicte also intruded our sacred place without permission. People, as of now, there's no proof that the emanation will influence the island. 37's account is lacking. And we are still plagued by suspicions, accusations, and the damages done to our home. We are to proceed with the hearing and reach a final verdict on both the Foundation and Manus Vindicte.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I shouldn't have intruded the Hall of Truth, but...
Sophia, weren't you and 42 checking on the Abraxases? What is the matter?
They're all dead. They're all dead, right?
The Abraxases don't look right. Their beaks, no, their entire heads...
Oh,
melted
right!
into
This
oil
was the
paints.
storm that... where everything kinda hallucinates and we're all like oil paintings. I forgot about that. I know this because during the endgame content with Semmelweis, that's what also happened. So that's that storm,
And
okay.
42, we were on the beach, suddenly he...
Oh, fuck! Oh.
Now I see.
Ah,
Finally
not
all
an
makes
illusion.
sense. There never was the truth, nor the transcendental. Everything is a lie. Nothing but shadows on walls, flickers of fire, and fragments of reality. No one will survive the oblivion. The island will be destroyed amid its conflict.
Is that the storm syndrome?
42, your face.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Starting to think I'm about to see what happens to some of these characters.
No one!
888, stop conversing with him. We must subdue him. Now.
Alright.
Who ate beans?
Oh, wow. Okay. Jesus. I gotta say, the effect does look pretty cool, though. I mean, it's fucked up, obviously, but I think the effect looks cool.
Gun is loaded.
Even that, it could be found. Are you a rat that remembers? Or is a bubble?
Damn, I love Argus. I wonder if I can just clear them right now.
Professional.
Charging, loading, charging.
Nah, there's no way this kills. That'd be crazy.
The light that illuminates all.
Wait, I actually might kill here. No, damn it. Alright. Huh.
Loading. Charging.
Actually, hold on. Give me my smell.
Loading. Charging.
Time to get to business.
Target confirmed. Aim and shoot.
Ooh.
Damn. Now that's a good shot.
Don't act surprised. It's just another day on the...
Okay. Fuck. Alright, back to panicking.
He has the storm syndrome. Please, listen everyone. 37 is right. Something's changed on this island. Your immunity to the emanation has been weakened.
How? That's never happened in the last 8 times.
A feeble induction, my friend. Just because you've never seen a purple cow.
I can't tell what 210's goal. I feel like he's just stirring the pot nonstop.
Must we talk of logic now? 42 has literally been emanated.
First the army, then the emanation, foundation, and Manus Vindictae.
Then you should also ask 37 and number 0 what they've done in the sacred place to anger Apeiron so much.
No, 37 didn't cause this. They broke the peace agreement and launched suicide attacks. They forced their way into the cave.
You and them are equally responsible on this matter. They at least paid with their lives. What about you? You claim that 42's abnormality was caused by the emanation.
Really? By the work of your arcane skills? You think she's strong enough to...
As we went through your belongings, Miss Vertin, we found a golden sampling device.
That's...
Good, Vertin. Let the confrontations be louder, and the struggle.
Arcana, shut the fuck up. I will kill you.
I wonder what shall come of this.
Silence. The debate will end now. Since we were unable to come to an agreement, further discussion is pointless. There are more pressing matters to attend to. This will be the end of the assembly, and my decision will be the final ruling. I demand that both parties leave this island at once.
I wonder if this actually changes something if I actually choose these. I feel like I should just accept it. But no, there's no way. Okay. No, I should accept it out of good faith.
I respectfully accept your verdict.
My choice matches that of Vertin's. But may I ask for one small doubt to be... Miss Vertin and I will depart ere long. Do you truly not desirest aid from us?
You're kind to ask, miss. It is true that our circle has been disturbed, but we see it as a mere turbulence of the phenomenal world. He who holds the compass decides the circle. This will not shift the center of our focus, nor change the shape of our beliefs. Medin Hagan.
The hell was that about? What did he just do?
He purged the storm syndrome with an arcane skill.
What?
I never thought it would be possible.
The light of intelligence has cleansed 42 of confusion.
Wait,
It
he
is also
can
what the
fix
island
storm
needs.
syndrome with his abilities? That's amazing.
The incident will be properly handled, and my ruling stays unchanged. I expect your words to be matched by actions, Miss Arcana.
Certainly. It was a fair and just decision. If only one could depart amidst such unfavorable weather. I presume Miss Vertin will also appreciate more time to prepare for the journey. What sayest thou?
The hourglass empties in 2 hours. Please leave before that.
Thank you for your thoughtful consideration.
Lastly, I would like to share a story. To conclude today's meeting and respond to Miss Arcana's tale.
I am most honored.
I too have heard the story of the First Circle, but in my version, more followed. The first of man were intimidated by the enormity of nature and constantly tried to defy and escape it. Our ancestors, however, had the opposite reaction. They found solace in nature, which welcomed them with a nourishing embrace, sharing its vastness and sublimity without reservation. It was the perfect harmony, the moment the circle ceased to represent confrontation and avoidance. As we bathed in Apollo's illumination and wandered the tranquil shores, our souls resonated, and we were lifted to a higher wisdom. This was how we conquered our fears, emerged from ignorance, and allowed ourselves to indulge on the essence and forms. This was the rise of the classic man. May you all be blessed with the courage for reconciliation, the determination for peace, and the devotion to nature. Qualities no less noble than caution and defiance. You may all leave now.
Please, just a
37, what's up? What's going on?
I will fix our circle. 888 was right. I have enraged Aperon.
I don't like that this is going for some reason.
I will go back to the sacred place, pass its test, and ask it to share the divine light of Gnosis so we can learn the truth about the essence. I will make up for what I've done. I promise.
It has been 300 years since the last challenger had their success in the cave. 37, are you aware that we have other means to cleanse the island, even if you don't bring the matter to Aperon?
Yes, I'm aware.
Then are you aware of the price you will pay, should you fail its test?
Yes, I am.
Then you shall have my blessing.
I'm actually kind of excited. I don't know why, but I am. Wow, I'm really glad I didn't blitz through this. That's crazy. I mean, I'm still a little stressed out, but I mean, that's just, you know, that's just gonna happen. So far, this chapter has been more cutscenes than anything, and honestly, I'm super okay with that. I need to chill the fuck out anyway. Holy. I can't believe 6 can cleanse Storm Syndrome stuff. I feel like that's insane. I feel like we're not talking about it more.
The headquarters has issued a notice. The critical point of the storm is in Vienna.
Uh-oh.
This type of storm syndrome involves a bodily transformation into oil paintings, primarily affecting the face, but sometimes spreading to the torso. It is often accompanied by delirium and an intense obsession with war. Like the storm of 1929, it was accelerated by social upheavals resulting from the constant tensions Manus Vindictae created between nations.
This era.
This is absurd. We went through all that trouble, sweated our guts out, and finally got to a place where the storm can be kept out. But now you're telling me that immunity is going to disappear like a fart in the wind. I was planning to stay here for a while. There might be alchemic materials and pieces of books the Abraxas has left behind from their mills. Oh, now that is frustrating, mate.
Such is the nature of Arcanum.
The immunity hasn't disappeared.
It's just waning. For now, only the beach has lost the effect. We're still safe around the Hall of Apiran.
But there's no guarantee that we'll be safe here forever, right? Reminds me of Xenos survival test.
Sinetto and I talked about this. We think the island is protected by a large-scale arcane ritual. The sudden decay of the island's storm immunity might be the result of its changes, though I'm unsure of the specifics.
Those people are doing something about it, right? That leader with the rockstar hair, shouldn't he be taking action by now?
6 has gathered all integers after the assembly. They're going to perform a mass cleansing ceremony. 37 also mentioned a test. I think they have more than one way to deal with the changes.
To the best of this apple's knowledge, secluded pure-blood arcanist groups often have rituals that they keep to themselves. These islanders impart truths based on intellect and rationality, yet their doctrines are highly religious. Perhaps their arcane skills are passed down in a religious manner.
Oh, very mysterious, very arcane. I hope they're not all huddled together doing a math at a time like this. And I'm more worried about us, Capitan. Arcana asked for more time for both sides to withdraw, didn't she?
Yes. 6 gave us 2 hours to leave. That is to say... we must set out when the storm countdown reaches 2000.
And before that, the stone bangle on your wrist still works, right?
Yes. I can feel it. It would scold me whenever I thought about going to war with them.
Huh, I see. So we only have 2 hours for the plan.
Plan? What plan? Aren't we sneaking away from all this?
Well...
Sorry, Regulus. Your... accommodation was a long way from ours, so we haven't given you the latest updates. To put it simply...
Where are you going?
We're leaving? Do we...
Uh, 37,
We're discussing how to leave this place, 37.
Precisely. I was just about to say, your chief wants us gone in a jiffy, but we don't even have a piece of wood to sail with.
We could all fly with Lilia.
Vertin is sizing us up to see if we can fit in her suitcase. She's going to swim across the Aegean Sea using her tiny arms. Right, Vertin?
Actually, we probably could all fit in the suitcase, huh?
Right.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Not what I thought she'd say.
Then you must leave from the north side of the beach. Jump off the cliff there and head south. The cliff is on the tangent line of the Hall of Apiran, which is a good sign for your journey. I will show you where to jump, but you'll have to wait till Vertin and I return.
Me? Where are we going?
What kind of question is that? The only place worth going.
Oh, are we taking the trial with her? I mean, I'm happy, but...
You're the one and only Zero. We'll go see Apiran together.
Now, when she says the one and only Zero, does that imply that, like, no one else has ever been deemed Zero ever?
Aren't you going to look for 37?
Wait, what the fuck? Marta's here! Wait, is this not... Hold on.
You took such good care of her while she was in a coma.
I don't know.
No, wait, Marta, I
don't know
fucking...
what I should
Hold on.
do, Madam Marta. She's going back to the cave for the test, where I can't help her.
I swear, this... She looks familiar.
All I
I'm
can do
losing
is
my mind.
pray
Who
for
is
her.
this?
For I have no adequate knowledge or power to assist her. as ever.
No, I'm tripping. She is someone else that I've seen before, and I just don't know who this is.
Perhaps you
know,
needn't
I'm
worry
losing my
so
fucking
much.
mind.
37 is the one favored by truth. She will be fine. I know. It's just...
I'm looking this up later, and I swear we've seen her before. But her name wasn't Marta. What the fuck is going on?
She is also of mortal flesh. She could get hurt, bleed, or die. You haven't been with us for long, Madam Marta.
Okay, yeah, so she's not...
The Peyron and its test might be new to you. Here on this island, we spent years theorizing, proving, and constructing models based on our mortal comprehension, defining the boundaries of what man is capable of understanding. But when it comes to the essence and forms, we are unable to make any definitive
I'm gonna lose my mind over the Marta thing. I gotta not think about it. This is like the Batman, like, Martha thing. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind over
and
this.
inquire about the correctness of our beliefs. And our answer is delivered as a yes or no, reverberating in the form of echoes.
Is that the submission of proof Six mentioned before?
Validating one's essence and soul with a number, and verifying the authenticity of one's claims are simple feats for us. But a Peyron's test is different. Those who succeed will obtain the transcendental truth. Those who fail will pay a terrible price.
I'm assuming they'll die.
Everything has its limits and boundaries. Those who overstep their bounds will only court their own misfortune. We must respect and be wary of our limits, so our souls will be adequate for our bodies, and all things be refrained from excess. The boundless, limitless, and infinity are not of our realm to tread. They belong only to ancient beings that we cannot utter. We can only stand in awe, offering our admiration, humility, and reverence. Now 37 is going to knock on its door and ask to be indulged with the transcendental truth. But if... I wish I knew a better way, or could even do it in her place, but only she can do it. It has to be her. 37.
What kind of test could it even be?
I'm sure this is the perfect solution to finally put an end to all our problems. If I pass the test, Apeiron will grant me the answer to one question. It can be any question I don't have an answer to, even about the essence and everything. At least that's what Mama told me. I just have to choose the right question to ask, and we will be rid of all the troubles, whether it be the emanation, the turmoil of the phenomenal world, or the dangers threatening the island. All will be gone.
Just like that, huh?
I have Six's blessing. He agrees with me. So, Vertin...
I mean, yeah, I'll help you, man.
Not so fast.
I mean, if I can. If they let me.
You can't just steal away our helmswoman like that. This thing, it's too good to be without any risks, don't you think? What if Vertin doesn't make it back, huh? Who's going to swim us across the sea then?
It could be risky, but not for Vertin, only for me. 0 multiplied by any number will still be 0. And we have validated that proof.
Well, that's not good enough for this pirate. Besides, Vertin doesn't seem like a 0 to me.
It's okay, Regulus. I think I'll be safe there. But 37, isn't this a sacred test for your people? I've never taken the oath. I'm not one of you.
That does not matter, Vertin. But you must know that once we enter the temple, we cannot turn back. Our last visit was interrupted, remember? You didn't get to ask your question, and I didn't get my answer. And now, I don't need to ask my question anymore. You and your friends were right, Vertin. The discord in the phenomenal world does have an effect on essence and forms. No one can argue against this when facing the emanation. But there's more I'd like to know, and I believe you feel the same. I will tell Six that you're coming with me. I will tell everyone and persuade them, because this is the right thing to do.
Damn, I wish I could be like 37.
Go, Timekeeper. While you're out, Lilia and I will ready us for evacuation.
Somehow.
We will liaise with the Foundation from here.
Thank you both. I'm ready. Before we go, 37, I have a question.
Hmm?
You just said that Apeiron will grant an answer to whoever passes the test. Will it answer my question? If I asked for a way to become immune to the storm?
Aren't you already immune to the storm, though? Or no, I guess you'd be asking it for other people, right? Oh, we're back at the, shit, Laplas. We're back at Laplas. I know I couldn't figure it out. I was gonna say something else.
Damn you narcissistic, fat-headed, humanocentrist freaks! You are the crazy ones, and I will prove myself right!
Seriously! Can someone please bring Matthew back to the rehab center? That mask has made him crazy!
Oh my god, I forgot that experimenting with the mask and all went nuts.
Any progress?
Not much. We've called all the experts here, but so far it's been a waste of time. Not even a
Damn,
bodily
I
reaction
like
when
this guy's
reciting the
mask.
text.
Or head? Helmet?
It doesn't belong to any known language, nor follow any linguistic rules. Many are starting to doubt the accuracy of the incantation. After all, it was copied down by a novice investigator with her arcane skill, not her supervisor.
Miss Marcus, can you confirm that the incantation you dictated was correct?
Oh, Marcus.
We also learned that you witnessed a visual recording of Arcana performing her arcane skill, depicted through images recreated by a pure-blooded
Kanye, right?
arcanist.
That's what they were doing with the mirror?
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, to be precise, I saw it in the memories of Isolde, a former member of Manus Vindicte, using Miss Cacanya's arcane mirror.
Can you attest to the accuracy of this memory?
I can't say.
Do you deem the reflection of Miss Cacanya's arcane mirror to be accurate, factual, and without misinterpretation?
I'm not sure.
Can you confirm
Gotta
that
need
your
some
arcane
certainty.
skill, Read, was performed correctly and provided an unbiased, objective, and flawless interpretation?
I don't know about that either.
Marcus, come on, man. Give us something to work with.
I saw it with my own eyes. I heard the chanting. I don't know what language that was, but that's how I heard it, and I've written it down phonetically.
Please calm down. We are only verifying the details. The Foundation has dispatched a special operations squad to you in Vienna. Please make sure the 2 other arcanists involved will return to the Foundation with you.
I understood.
Is this it?
Enigma? Sounds like Enigma.
An ancient miracle, a circle of salvation. Euna seco. Atuna psycho? An inexplicable incantation transcribed by an arcanist based on what she saw in the memory of another arcanist, recreated by yet another arcanist. That's as convoluted as a dream within a dream within a dream. To think they wanted an objective restoration. I mean, if Gnosis is so reliable and can really cross-check not only once but 4 times, it should have long replaced science by now. With this level of uncertainty, we might have better luck asking typewriter monkeys to randomly give us the answer to the storm immunity.
Adler? Why are you here?
I requested his participation on the cryptography team. He is a human, but he excels in the field of cryptography.
But...
And why can't I be here? Is it because Greta Hoffman's my sister? And is this what a respectable and honorable member of the Foundation gave her life to retrieve? Is this the ritual she died for? Oh, right. It wasn't even her who retrieved the ritual. It was a student.
Yeah, man, because,
You are not currently on the official roster. You can leave at any time.
Leave? Why should I leave? Ich habe jedes Recht zu wissen, wofür meine Schwester gestorben ist. Nun gut, Leute, an die Arbeit. Lasst uns dieses große Rätsel entschlüsseln und sehen, was es uns bringen wird. Erlösung oder Zerstörung?
Return to your stations, please. Let us not dismiss its credibility until we have exhausted every possibility. Also, add Adler Hoffman into the cryptography team roster.
Storm Observation and Research Center. Noted. I will make sure Miss Lucy is aware of that.
What is the matter?
It's a call from the rehab center about the previous study on the Manus mask. Ma'am, I think you should go see this in person.
Very good, Matthew. Now tell us, what did you hear?
Voices! Those voices! The inaudible murmurs, the frightening whispers, they worm into my ears. I told you before. I wrote about this before, but you just missed the Mesmeric episodes.
Did you put on the mask?
Yes. How else would I know that I was right? And now I know. And never ever heard them so clearly. They are screaming inside my head. Their temptations, their promises. I just have to let go of my brain. Can you hear it? The benevolent mother is speaking! Now, I can write the ultimate paper!
Who is this mother?
No! I can't say anymore! They see me! They've come for me! Kill me! Kill me now!
Oh, man. Okay, hello. So that's why this was a battle one.
Suspend all research on the Madness Mask at once. Its dangers far outweigh the potential benefits.
Yeah, this could have been a plant anyway, huh?
Seal away all equipment and share only a controlled account of the incident with others. We cannot afford to have another researcher try on the mask again.
Yeah, we gotta really stop doing
Now,
this.
clean this up.
Yes, ma'am.
Another dead end.
It would seem so.
Just tell me when you need the job done. Gun is loaded.
Charging.
Weak hiding spot.
Uh-huh.
Faraday's miracle.
It could be better than that.
Loading.
Intersect and divide. Are you a rational number?
Target confirmed.
Victory? Okay, but what does it mean to us? I mean...
Yeah. Poor Matthew. Not a sentence I thought I'd ever be saying, but, you know, here we are, I guess. Greta Hoffman, a valiant fighter for store human advancement, tragically lost her life during a store investigation mission. Investigator Marcus successfully relayed vital information. God damn. Poor Hoffman. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
What is the status of the sampling, Simone? Any updates from the Timekeeper?
For the moment, no. The people on the island are still suspicious of the Foundation's motives, so she hasn't had a second chance to collect any samples. But she has called in an hour ago. We were informed that she will return to the cave shortly. She also warned us that the immunity zone on the island appears to be shrinking. The safe zone is not stable. Mom, have you noticed something?
They are unrelated, Simone. The mask and the incantation are indeed related to Manus Vindictae, but they are unrelated to each other. If the account of the Vienna investigator is correct, one cannot help but question. Why would Arcana not simply give the masks to Isolde and her brother?
Investigator Marx's report was highly lacking, making it challenging for us to infer what truly happened.
I suppose we can be skeptical that the report is incomplete, but it is all we have for now. She did a good job. I could not have asked for more. We all heard it. An ancient miracle. A circle of salvation. The leader of Manus Vindictae promised a miracle, but the mask is far from it. The mask is a tool of control, designed to identify and enslave the believers. Matthew has demonstrated its effects for us. But this ritual is different.
Do you mean the ritual is more sophisticated than the mask?
Perhaps, but it is not entirely definitive. The investigators in Vienna completed their mission spectacularly, and now Matthew has proven that the mask is useless for our purposes. Its immunity was only a cover for its other functions, and the mask has powerful and irreversible side effects. Even if we find out how it protects the wearer from the storm, we cannot use it on our colleagues. If this incantation is verified to be true, it will be our Promethean fire.
This ritual is useless to us. Save yourself this trouble. We're not getting anywhere with this.
What? Explain yourself, Adler. What do you mean the ritual is useless? You barely sat down. My coffee's still hot.
I don't need to waste any more time. It's simple logic. The current information is insufficient for cryptographic decryption. We're attempting an exhaustive brute force, comparing every ancient text and record to find the language or corresponding text. It's like looking for a needle in a colossal haystack. Even if we stumble onto a match, none of us can validate such a thing. A breakthrough in this regard is simply not possible.
You can't be serious. And what is the basis of your reasoning? Have you figured out the mechanics behind the ritual?
I didn't need to understand the intricacies of Arcanum to deduce this. It was simple logic.
So you never even tried to understand it. With your supposedly superior human reasoning, you dismissed all of our dedication and hard work just like that. Who the f do you think you are?
Uh-oh.
Matthew was right. You arrogant fools.
Uh-oh.
Clueless morons! Get out of my face, you humanocentric narcissist! Go to hell!
Was this really necessary? I was just sharing my conclusion.
Oh, it was the mask. I should have thought of that. He worked in the same lab as Matthew, and he must have been exposed to the mask.
But his physical exam seemed fine. Is there an incubation period?
Does he seem fine to you now? Huh? No! Williams! Put that down! That's the only Conway Automaton 5 left after the storm.
Ah.
Security! Security! We've got a code red!
Damn. That's how they get you. Actually, if there's an incubation period for that, that's actually so much more concerning, I just realized.
Trail's still warm.
Loading. Charging. Target confirmed.
Oh my god, I'm not doing anything with this guy.
Guns left here still
It could
warm.
be found.
Don't waste my time.
Oh, there's a bubble.
Guns loaded.
Loading.
Isn't that?
Don't waste my time.
Target confirmed. And now, to return to my long-term mission. So, what are the implications for the decryption?
There were no unintended consequences. We were able to control Williams in time, and the Conway Automaton 5 he destroyed wasn't useful to our work anyway.
I am glad you kept the damages to a minimum. Since you are still here, Mr. Ulrich, I take it as a sign that you have more to report?
Williams was merely an accident, ma'am. But Adler is a loose cannon.
I don't think Adler did anything wrong. He was just sharing his opinion and everyone freaked the fuck out.
With all due respect, I still don't understand why you put him on the team. He may have made his contributions to Laplace, but that was 8 years ago. Now he's just an irritating defeatist and a staunch supporter of humanocentrism. He never understood the Arcanum, or tried. He's still stuck in the time before the first storm and refuses to acknowledge that his small, beautiful world is gone. How can someone like that help us?
I understand your concern, but I have not heard anything about the incapacitation of Adler Hoffman.
What? He got a...
So he is fine. I am glad we agree. Is there anything else you would like to report? His lack of knowledge on Arcanum is exactly why we need him. His human perspective will offer valuable insights on arcane rituals. The results of this study will not only be used to save Arcanists, but also humans who share the same world with us. We are racing against the clock, mister. And your report on personal disputes and racial conflicts has wasted 2 minutes and 37 seconds of our time. If he refuses to cooperate, you have every right to remove him from the team. That is your responsibility. Oh. I am relieved that you survived your altercation. What would you like to report?
I'm fed up with wasting time, ma'am. The setback with the mask has already driven too many people insane. That's why you should take a look at this. I can logically deduce that our current direction is another dead end. The incantation isn't long enough for cryptographic decryption. We will have to turn to ancient records. Perhaps we'll find something in age-old manuscripts, in tablet inscriptions, or in the memories of powerful arcanists. But even if we find it, we can't validate it because none of us can cast the skill. Low-ranking arcanists can't cast high-ranking skills, even if they know the exact pronunciation and meaning of the incantation. Gnosis is beyond reason like that and cannot be debated. It stems from raw intuition rather than logic and intellect, is shaped by personal experience and natural abilities, and cannot be intentionally replicated. And the most determining factor, it relies on the arcanist's purity of blood. The miracle ritual you hold such hopes for belongs to the leader of Manus Vindictae, A pure-blooded arcanist whose power is beyond our imagination. It's like asking a toddler to solve Goldbach's conjecture. It's completely beyond the boundaries of our limits.
But you are not an arcanist. Why should you play by their rules? You are right. Arcanists differ due to their purity of blood. Researcher Medicine Pocket has already reported the linear correlation between the bloodline of an arcanist and their abilities, and has drawn a conclusion 10 times more extreme.
Then you should listen. That's their area of expertise.
We know that our cryptographers do not have the power to validate the ritual. And we do not expect you to do that. All I ask of you is to come up with a feasible plan and to do it as a team. Your deduction is logical, but not practical or actionable. So I should return this to you.
What?
Your logic is impressive, Adler, but do not let it limit your thinking. You spoke of the boundaries of arcane power.
This is a good-ass panel. Hold on, I'm taking a screenshot.
No?
This is a good-ass picture.
Knowledge can be obtained through various means, such as intuition, logical reasoning, empirical observations, and teachings from others. Your team is not the only one cracking the ritual through their own means. If you fail, we will turn to the others, and if that approach is wrong, we will try another. If no solution is found before the storm, we will simply wait for the next one. What matters is we keep moving forward, no matter the cost. We must keep to the path, or we will be swept away like dust in the rain.
If one team fails, you can still turn to the others. Warum denn? Warum musste es Greta sein?
What?
Forget it. Just a bitter, irrational thought. This marks the end of my efforts. Hopefully, the others will bring you the needed breakthroughs. You've been waiting here for a while. Are you expecting someone? You aren't the type to waste time listening to us whine, so there must be something here worthy of your attention. Is someone close to a breakthrough?
Nothing of the sort. I am recharging. We have a public power outlet here. But I am indeed waiting. The doves of the Whitestone House are here. Good. Someone closer to the limit has given us aid.
Be ever so careful, dear. The fiery thirst for knowledge is blazing bright within you. Be careful not to put it out. Once, many fire thieves sat here, sipping coffee, as they tried to decipher the best angle to hold up their reeds, to jam the burning wheel of Helios and steal his flame. The gods are selfish. They're stingy with their might. That's easy to say when the power's not yours to give. Knowing how to share is a rare virtue. No. How can we transfer our wisdom into mortal minds? The gods pondered. Can inspiration be duplicated from one brain to another? It comes and goes like a gust of wind. So, what can be done? Not yet, darling. We've only finished the prologue. However, there is a but waiting down the road. A sudden rain dampened people's enthusiasm for the future. The floppy disks and many clever minds perished in it. Some of the fire thieves grieved the loss. They screamed and swore to retrieve what was lost. What about the rest of them? They returned to primitive chaos, like coelacanths crawling back into the ocean after thousands of years of evolution. Once again, they became the protégés of Arcanum. Perhaps they made the right choice by leaving that useless science behind. Who knows? The story of the fire thieves has only gone this far, darling. At this point, no one knows what will happen to Prometheus or what's inside Pandora's box.
Oh, back to the island.
Any news from Zeno?
They are moving as planned. The deployment will be complete within 2 hours. What about Arcana?
Same old, standing still on the rock as if she's a part of it. Soaking up the salt in the wind, I guess.
She's found herself a good spot, overlooking all of us from up there. The center of the island where the number people are heading. The entrance to the cave where Vertin and 37 are going. And the beaches in the storm. Nothing escapes her sight.
Impressive! Maybe she's planning her escape.
No one could only wish.
Is she also going to swim? It seems like we're in for a swimming competition. Speaking of which, it would be nice if those tortoise slowpokes could swim a little faster.
Look, Sonetto, I understand your plan now. But I still can't shake off a bad feeling about all this.
Don't worry, Regulus. We have gone over this many times. The margin of error should be below 0.00025%. I'm confident that it will
It's a
work.
pretty confident plan.
I know. Spare me with the numbers. I know I can rely on you. I'm still worried about Vertin. Will she make it back in 2 hours? If she doesn't come back in time, who's going to take charge and guide us? We'll have to steer our own course, won't we?
Yes. Laplace is gathering every piece of information they can find on the storm. The discovery of the asymmetrical nuclide R was already a remarkable breakthrough. It would help the immunity research a lot if the Timekeeper could find something useful in that cave.
I don't think she's going to have a lovely time there, judging by what happened to me last time. Is it just me, or do you also find this a bit fishy? The dangers aside, using an answer as a reward? What? Is this deity some sort of answering machine?
In fact, Apeiron is a philosophical concept introduced by the ancient Greek philosopher Anaximander, which means the origin of everything. It is the physical manifestation of the boundless, the indeterminate, and the infinite. Everything arises from it and returns to it. But it appears to serve a more practical purpose for the believers on this island.
Miss Marta told me about this. There are limits to the knowledge one can acquire, even when using numbers, which are considered closest to the essence. But Apeiron is a boundless, limitless existence. If we wish to seek knowledge beyond our own limitations, we must turn to it for help.
To the best of this apple's recollection, the more ancient, abstract, and intangible an entity is, the more likely it possesses arcane powers beyond our fathom. By communing with the supreme existences through sympathetic magic, worshippers could gain the guidance of their transcendental gnosis. They would, of course, exact a price from the worshippers as well.
Price? Could you be more specific on that, Mr. Apple? What's the price? Lives or something else?
Actually, I still don't understand what the price is.
Vertin, jump over here.
Jesus Christmas Christ.
Very good. Now you are on number 1, and you should jump to 7. This is a 4x4 magic square. You just need to make sure every 4 steps you take adds up to 34.
The fuck? 34 isn't divided by 4 though.
I don't understand, 37. This place was different the last time we were here.
It has changed because the test has begun. The path to new knowledge is always harder than verifying a known result. Don't worry. This is like a labyrinth with a minotaur. There is always a way to the center.
But weren't those labyrinth walkers offerings to the Minotaur?
Now we're going to solve the magic square. Vertin, the next number is 10.
Oh, I have no idea mathematically how this is all being calculated. What the fuck is she talking about?
Oh no! It turned into a magic circle. We have to calculate
The fuck?
again. This one's easy. The sum of the numbers on each circle should be equal to the sum of the numbers on its diameter plus the number in the middle. We're just going from a square to a circle. It's not that difficult.
One has 4 edges, one just has 1.
Now on 32. We need to find 17 or 21.
Careful, 37. The numbers are coming to life. We need to put them back in place.
Oh, we're fighting the numbers now. You know what? This really is like math class all over again. Except this is a lot more literal fighting math. What the fuck? These are not math! These are- oh, never mind, they are. I see the numbers now. 3 times 7 equals 21.
What? Are you making fun of my name?
White shell, pencil-like forelimb.
Ah! It deflected my arcane skill! Vertin, it's no use attacking 21. Just focus on 9 and 33 instead. Start with the number that has the largest absolute value.
Okay, I'm assuming I'm just going to start shooting these and we're just gonna hope that works. Do I actually have to kill these in a specific order? It feels like it is, because the number is labeled on the, like, above the HP bar, like, as a status effect. Which makes me think I have to do this in order. Somehow. Wow, okay, these things actually hurt pretty badly. Jesus Christmas Christ, alright.
Loading.
Trail's still warm.
Eliminate target.
Oh, yeah, if you do it in the wrong order, they won't- wait, that's interesting. Wait, what the fuck?
Don't waste my time.
Huh. It's probably okay, this is probably gonna be fine. Ah, looks like I just had to kill 33 first and everything else doesn't really matter after that, huh?
That all you got?
Oh my god, okay.
Charging.
When in doubt, laser it out.
Barrage.
I feel like these fights are gonna be pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of already thinking about this, like, preemptively. I think the fights are gonna be pretty difficult. Like, I'm just fighting some fucking crabs here and this feels kinda hard.
Like I said, it's not that big of a deal. I thought the next question would be the Ford Circle, the Monster Group, or Hilbert's Infinite Grand Hotel. I never thought it would be Six. Hello, Six. Are you the real thing?
Yes.
I wouldn't be so sure. When it comes to the essence, we are all shadows cast on a wall by a flickering fire. How do you know you're the real Six? Did you just smile? Now I very much doubt that you're real.
I didn't. And I am the true Six. This gate has always been guarded by a Six.
I have a bad feeling about this. I think the question we're about to answer will be very simple. It's just a formality, isn't it? You'll ask a question and let us through. I've seen you do that on other tests before.
Formality is also important.
No, only the essence is important. Only the forms are important.
This is a question about the essence and forms, 37. Please pay heed to it. As for Miss Vertin, we only expect you to lend a patient ear.
Very well.
"37. If your pursuit of truth were to lead to the destruction of your faith and beliefs, would you still keep going?"
What? What kind of question is that?
Actually, I'm kind of curious too what her answer would be. If the pursuit of truth basically changes how you, like... I guess if the pursuit of truth shows you that everything you've ever known is basically wrong, what would you do? Huh? I guess need truth, huh? Guess this in the square factory we're making circles now, huh?
If my pursuit of truth will be the destruction of my beliefs... I came for the truth, and my faith is the truth. Why would the truth be destroyed by the truth? If it's because I did the calculation wrong, I'll go back and do it again. And next time, I will do better.
What if the essence of truth is there is no truth?
Ooh.
Isn't that also a form of the truth? Its non-existence is an answer in itself, is it not?
Huh, I guess that would be true.
You're speaking like 210. Are you really 6?
I should be more specific. You may see it as another allegory. A gate stands before you. Open it, and you will find the truth you seek. But at the same time, the world as you know it will crumble. Will you still open it?
Yes. If my world changes because the truth is revealed, doesn't that mean my previous understanding was wrong and should be corrected? If what's behind the gate is really the truth, why would I give up the truth for falsehood?
I see. You've passed. As a reward, I will bestow upon you this sacred ritual.
It will bridge the gap between you and the Supreme Existence during communion.
Was that it? You didn't even ask a question that posed a real challenge. See, Vertin? I knew this was just a formality. Vertin?
No, 37. I think this question...
There are some words I'd like to share with you. Not as 6, but myself, who used to live under the name Atticus. We know the story of Socrates' life, how truth and politics are at odds with each other. Either be wise, uninvolved, and look on, or be practical, involved, and suffer. I hope you will remember your answer when the defining moment comes for you.
Oh. Oh.
We should go, Vertin.
I think I understand.
There's a long way ahead. I hope the next question will be more fun.
I think it's because 37's the way she is that she doesn't understand the implication of the question itself. The question itself is basically a no turning back question. If the pursuit of truth changes literally everything.
73! A good number. It's the 8th twin prime, the 8th lucky prime, and the same combination as 37. But sadly, you're the 21st prime number, which makes you...
With 73.
Nice choice, Vert.
I think whatever happens here in this cave will literally change the world around it.
The trail was all too obvious. Target
But in
confirmed.
what way? I think Vertin understands that too, that whatever happens in this cave, if 37's answer is still the same by the time they get to the end of the trial, I'm assuming the world all around them will quite literally change. But if this island has the power to do that, where did that power even come from? And does Arcana know? Ah, fuck, does Arcana know? Ugh, I hope she doesn't. Knowing her, though, she probably has at least an inkling. Whatever happens now, I guess we can't turn back, though.
Loading. Charging.
I
Barrage.
suppose we'll just have to... yeah.
Time to check my calculation.
I hope the island doesn't blow up as a result. That'd be insane. I know something bad is gonna happen to this island, I just don't know what it's gonna be.
But what does it mean to us? I mean... Nothing I haven't expected so far. Just like what Mom told
37
me.
really is special. I think this would freak normally anyone
They're
out.
just games, like skipping rocks, katabos, and hopscotch. I've always been good at games. Look, there's the gate, Vertin. We're almost at the end. What's the matter, Vertin? But you're number 0, not 6. You have no common factor with him.
No. I'm only thinking, what's the question you're going to ask? We've only got one chance.
The most important question of all, of course.
About the essence of the emanation, right?
Well, the essence of it is important. But one day, we will eventually come to understand it. Even if we leave it alone for now, it will still be there. Yes?
I think so.
I can't stop thinking about Regulus. Despite being so close to the answer, she turned back in the cave, determined to earn the answer rather than receive it on a silver platter. It's like covering your ears in front of the oracles at Delphi. How typical of an irrational number. But she was also right, wasn't she? None of the precepts forbids one from doing so. People like her may fall behind or get distracted along the way, learning at a slower pace. But in the end, we will all converge. It doesn't matter if some arrive sooner than others.
So, are you going to ask something else?
Yes, I have come up with a better question. A question that will solve all our problems once and for all, and free everyone from the emanation. It's not as profound as my first question, but it's an equally good one.
I see. I will stop here then.
Huh? Vertin, are you turning back like Regulus? But you're a zero. You're not an irrational.
No, I won't go far. I will wait for you here. This is your gate to open. It is your question, your answer. I will stay here and watch over you. If you encounter any danger in there, I will come to your aid at once.
But don't you also have a question to ask Aperon? Aren't your doubts unresolved?
No, I don't need to ask anymore. The question you're going to ask, the one that will free us all from the emanation, is exactly the question I want to ask. 37.
I see. So you're choosing to be the one who looks on, like the third kind of men in the Olympic Games. A choice of insight, most appropriate for the number 0. In that case, I will see you later then, Vertin.
See you soon, 37.
I'm kind of scared she's gonna die.
Will this really be the collapse of her world as she knew it? Like Six said. If that happens, I'll be here to hold the umbrella for her.
Oh, fuck me. Oh my god. I didn't even think about that. I think her island is gonna blow up. I'm not really excited now for this. I'm not really excited about this now. Well, I wasn't really in the first... Well, I kind of was, but I'm especially not excited at all. Oh no. Okay, we'll be fine. Everything's gonna be okay.
Do you think 37 is going to make it?
Who knows? 6 should be the easiest one to pass. The math puzzles in the labyrinth shouldn't be a problem for our little star either. The only tricky question is from Aperon, and no one knows what it will be. It is a fair game. Answer Aperon's question and it will answer yours. But if you give the wrong answer, oops. It'll hardly be a graceful end.
You are gross.
Thank you. Oh my god.
We know little about the test. The last person to pass the test was 300 years ago. The price of failure was high. For the longest time, the Sixers forbade people from risking their lives for it.
Well, 6 lied. Someone passed the test 4 years ago. The two of them are so much alike.
Their mom
Their
passed.
talents,
Holy shit.
Their mindsets. Even their first thoughts when facing an impossible challenge. It is an irresistible temptation, indeed, with a path to all truths right in front of you. Just within reach. Who wouldn't want to give it a try?
Mama, how are you here?
No, I'm not who you think I am, child. I'm but a shadow, a flicker of fire, a projection before you. The finite cannot comprehend the infinite. Your limited senses cannot imagine what you've never seen, nor fathom what you've never heard. I am the answer to your desperate prayers. I am the blindfold before you see daylight. I'm the reflection of your confused, hollow faces in the water. I am the lingering echo of the last visitor.
But you look just like Mama. This is the last obstacle of the test. The gate of truth is just ahead, right? And here you are, standing in front of me. Does that mean that you finally reached the transcendental realm? So my conjecture was right, and our model did not fail, correct?
The transcendental realm? You speak adorable nonsense, my dear daughter. Did
Is
you
this?
really believe what I said?
I'm unsettled. Why is she smiling like that?
You silly little goose. Have you not doubted? Even for a moment? You did. You wavered when you strolled the shores at night, when you inevitably gazed at the geometric bodies. If they really are manifestations of the transcendental world, why can't I find Mama's number?
I don't like the way she looks right now. It's freaking me the hell out. It looks like Arcana.
Why can't I hear her voice? Why can't I see their patterns? The darkness blinds me. I miss you, Mama.
Not feeling great.
Oh, my poor, sweet daughter. You are too young and naive, too attached to what is familiar and too trusting of your teachings. You should have continued doubting instead of following my outdated footsteps. Was the conjecture wrong? Was the model correct? It does not matter, child. The rules of the game have changed. The Chaos Makers, the Fearmongers, and the Rule Shapers, they have already outpaced us. We were not wrong, we simply fell behind. We were blinded by the dream of the Transcendental Realm and could not see through reality. But worry not, my daughter. You have made it here, and that is all that matters. We will do the calculations together. This time, the results will be more accurate than ever.
Mom!
This world is an enormous wasteland, 37. Look at the creations in it. The congested, silent herds that scurry to and fro in their meaningless lives. Never have they looked at the stars above, nor bent to smell the flowers. The melodies of the patterns above go unheard by them, their souls unresonant to their wisdom. They are the prisoners of their bodies, complacent in their dulled senses, and conceited over their success of ruling the planet through violence and bloodshed. They mocked us, shunned us, and slaughtered us. They discriminated against us throughout the ages, branded us as lunatics, and spat on what we held dear. But we never gave up once. We were never truly defeated. One day, they will be proven wrong, and they will be forced.
Man, see the way she's like framed here, it's like creeping me out. I just don't know what it is.
My
creeping me out.
Little pearl, come to me, back in your mother's arms. Let us return to a time before disputes
Oh,
and
this is
disasters, when it was just you and me wandering the boundless beach.
This is the question. This is what it means to your entire world falling apart. If she goes back to her mother's arms, that's the same as accepting what the truth is now. But to go past it and to ignore her, to refuse her mother, means to tread upon a new path to discover a new truth, and therefore everything prior to that will be different.
I will share with you the infinite secrets of this world.
So I guess the answer she has to
essence of
reject her
all
mom,
things, and the
which would be the
truth
hardest thing
that
for her to do, huh?
transcends everything. That's what you came for, yes?
But Mama, I am 37, not infinity. Why would I want an infinite number of secrets?
Oh shit! Oh shit! She asked it so innocently, and yet...
Ground. Shaking. Did she give the wrong answer?
I don't long for the infinite secrets, for it is not within the scope of my number. I know who I am. I am only 37, a finite number, a pebble in the sand. The tides could wash over me, engulf me, and crush me at any moment. Even so, I am glad to be 37, for I know my limits. I know my boundaries. A concept whose supreme existences cannot even fathom.
How? It clearly promised me an answer. Is it because the answer to my question, the transcendental truth, is outside of our limits too?
Make way! Move! Madame Lucy, we have the right pronunciation. The script you gave me was correct. This is the arcane language of the incantation. Where did you get it?
Very well. Give it to me. Inform all research teams that we are moving on to the next phase of the project.
If you're here to check on the progress, there is none. I'm afraid you'll leave disappointed, Madame Lucy.
Send this to everyone. It has been verified. This is the correct pronunciation of the immunity ritual.
This is... La Unwa.
We must share this with everyone! La Unua Circlo.
Uh-oh. Are you sure that's the immunity ritual?
What was that?
Oh, fuck! They just sent it everywhere! Everyone's gonna say that now! Oh, shit!
Stop the transmission! The ritual is wrong!
Oh, fuck!
No, the incantation is indeed correct.
What the hell is going on?
What is going on?
Warning. Warning.
Hey, Dawkins, forget the outside. Come look at this. Some guys cracked it. They found the correct pronunciation.
For real? They better be serious if this is some kind of prank.
Prank is not exactly the word I'd use to describe what's about to happen.
La una circlo?
Damn it! Damn it! Shit!
Ulrich! Dawkins! Victor! Ricard! Are you in there? Listen, if you receive the pronunciation of the incantation, do not recite it. Do not write it down. Do not pass it on. I know we've had our differences, but you have to trust me. I'm trying to save you.
Warning. Warning. All personnel stay away from their communication terminals. Do not recite any messages on the screen. Repeat. Do not recite the incantation. Do not recite the incantation.
Richard?
Uh-oh.
Richard! Don't speak. We're going to the recap center.
No, you go.
Dawkins? No, no, no!
Researcher Adler, please evacuate immediately. We will take over from here.
Oh my god. Okay, it's actually way worse because I thought it would just make people disappear. But it's actually way worse. Because not only people are disappearing, but they're also turning into, like, mud monsters? What the fuck is happening exactly? Holy Christ.
Guns loaded. Given that it could be found. Are you irrational members? Intersect and divide. Given that it could be found.
Loading.
Intersect and divide. Or is above all.
Faraday's miracle. Charging.
Trail's still
Loading.
warm.
Charging.
Weak hiding spot.
Aim and shoot. Barrage.
Victory? Okay, but what does it mean?
I thought the worst case would be that the ritual is useless since no one here can wield it. I was wrong. So terribly wrong. The reality is a million times worse. We have invited a disaster. It is a curse, even more unpredictable, unstable, and uncontrollable than the mask. Dora crumbled to dust. Richard cracked like dry land, and Dawkins turned into a statue of mud. And Victor, he vanished. We've tried everything, but he's nowhere to be found. Yet he's here, typing, sending emails, getting to door for me. All of these catastrophic events, and only 3 words were uttered. 3. What are we dealing with, Madame Lucy? Which deity are we provoking and stealing from?
Get some rest, Mr. Adler. Your mission is complete. Other researchers will take it from here.
You what? Are you not going to call it off? After all that's happened?
The research must go on. The authenticity of the incantation and the fact that any arcanist can recite it were revealed to us through this unexpected mishap.
I don't know if every arcanist can live through it, though.
Now, a new question arises. How can we eliminate the side effects? From now on, we no longer require the help of human researchers. Only Arcanum can lift a curse of Arcanum.
I guess Lucy is really a robot.
37! Stay with me. I'll get you out. Is this Six's scroll?
+1, -1, +2, -3, 3, -3, +2, -1, +1. I see. I understand now.
What did you say? 37. Are you feeling better now?
The numbers, Burton. 6's scroll reconciled the gap between the supreme existence and me.
Oh, she can understand with all that like crazy noises that were happening earlier. Okay.
The answer to my question, the solution to free us from the emanation, the response Apiron promised me, is a string of numbers.
Jesus Christ.
We got it. The key to the gate of truth. Apiron has answered me. This is the final solution. We must leave here at once. We have to tell everyone.
I am so proud of you, 37. We will save everyone. But there's one thing I don't understand.
And that is?
6. His scroll saved your life. Maybe he foresaw the dangers and protected you from it, so you can leave there almost unharmed. But what was he trying to tell you when he warned you about the collapse of your world as you know it?
Mind your step, everyone. We are passing the wall of truth. The wall will come crashing down if false words are spoken. Silence is advised here, unless circumstances dictate otherwise. $888?
Forgive me, but this seems to be the right moment for some long-neglected questions to be answered.
Perhaps, but hardly appropriate or righteous.
We will talk of righteousness after you've shared what you know, 6. You've been silent for too long. 4 years have passed since you became 6, and for 4 years, you have been hiding.
Now? You're gonna do this now in front of the wall that collapses if you lie?
The long-neglected questions have created a cloud of doubt between us. And now the boulder of fate is falling on us, and we are teetering on the brink of destruction. It's time to be honest and true to your people. While you still have them, we are the seekers of truth. It is unjust to keep us from it. Let the wall of truth bear witness. I want nothing but an answer from you. I am not here to provoke untimely conflicts.
Answer her, 6. You should be glad that I am not the interrogator here, because the wall would have collapsed immediately. You may lie, but the wall will fall. You may stay silent, then I will lie to break the silence and the wall. Or maybe you could outwit the wall with the liar's paradox. Only sadly, I have tested it for you. One cannot deceive it by stating, I'm lying. After all, it's a test of morality, not logic. It needs your honesty, not your wit or anything else.
What do you wish to know?
What else? The most important question, of course. Why has our research stagnated for the past 4 years? Why did we fail to predict the emanation in 1929 and again in this time? Have we misunderstood the premise? What if the emanation is not a manifestation of the transcendental law at all?
Worshippers worship. Thinkers think.
governors govern, and researchers research. Your questions are not mine to answer, 210. A 6 has no expertise on the study of the emanation. I'm not qualified to answer about its essence.
Your question is too abstract, 210. Don't dance around the subject, 6. The wisdom has been passed on to you, as it has to every other 6. You must know the answer, for it is part of your inheritance. Tell us this. The last leader of the study of the emanation, 77. What question did she bring to Apiron? And what answer did she receive? I watched her walk into the cave and come out unharmed. I watched her, and the previous 6 boarded the ship in search of answers in the phenomenal world. The ship didn't come back in time. The emanation caught them. And that was only the beginning of our misfortunes. The model failed. Our whereabouts were revealed. Hysteria now poisons the minds of our people, and the empirical knowledge accumulated over the years suddenly no longer applies to the current situation. Why? What did she find out? Could it be that something's happened to the transcendental law above? Has the truth we believed in changed?
Hipparchus discovered the secrets of Root 2 and toppled Pythagoras' school of thought. The controversy surrounding Newton and infinitesimals presented a challenge to the groundwork of calculus. Russell's self-referential paradox sparked the third mathematical crisis. Though set theory was eventually perfected, the lessons on self-referentiality remained. In the end, Gödel's incompleteness theorems showed that proving or disproving everything is impossible. Therefore, absolute knowledge is unattainable. The boulder of fate will tumble down its peak, whether 37 is the one pushing it or not. However hard Oedipus tried to defy destiny, his path to tragedy remained unchanged.
I think this is a really long way of telling us that, like, it's inevitable that something will change. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck he's talking about.
Riddles again.
What is he talking about? He listed a bunch of examples where basically long-established truths and facts were basically overturned by new discoveries. But then cited the end with something about the boulder fate moving without 37 pushing it. So what?
I should thank you for bringing the question here, 888, so I may finally speak the truth. 77 did ask about the essence of the emanation. She asked, what happened to the supreme existence? What plunged the world into madness? The answer was disorder and chaos.
Whoa, look at his eyes. Were they always like that?
You blasted! You knew this all along. From the first day of your revelation, when you became 6, you knew that the emanation was not a manifestation of the transcendental law and patterns above, but rather a symptom of its utter disorder and chaos? And you knew that the transcendental realm of numbers was no more, and that the essence of Pneuma, the one true form we believed in, had become an ever-changing existence like the irrational numbers? "4 years. You kept this to yourself for 4 years. Why? Was it for a false sense of peace? To keep the island stable? Did you deceive us to prevent the realization that our research would be in vain?"
It's time to halt the bickering. Get everyone out of here now.
Pray to the gods for what you are about to do, and pray that all goes well. Once familiar with this practice, you will understand the constitution of both eternal gods and mortal men.
Huh?
What happened? Did they not carry out the cleansing ceremony?
You will know the extent of all things, the boundaries of their entirety, and what connects them together.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
No! This is the large-scale ritual on this island. Is undoing itself?
You will see, as you should, that the nature of the universe flows in all things alike.
Why is our circle gone?
Thus, you will not hope for what is beyond your reach, and you will not be deceived. Pray, my friends. Pray for yourselves, and pray for everyone. Pray for all the suffering and misery around you. Reach into the unseeable darkness and pray to the unknowable Supreme. Speak your hopes, for you are a finite creature yearning to transcend its own existence. The determination that once helped us overcome our insignificance and touch the light of Numa should guide us once more.
Where are you going?
To the cave. The trial is not over. The final cleansing is yet to come. There are still duties to fulfill.
Here is a well-known question you must have heard. What goes on 4 legs in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening? It's so well known that no one finds it novel anymore. But please, do me a favor and answer me yourself. Correct. This is the same answer Oedipus gave to defeat Sphinx, thus becoming a hero, but also starting him on his ill-fated destiny. Raise a question, give an answer. This is the most fundamental ritual. Through this, we get nearer to God. Yes, a ritual. Whether it is by pouring out wine, slaughtering a calf, or circling round a fire with a baby in your arms. It is an agreement, a question that demands an answer. Every desire has a price, whether it is paid in wine, blood, or fire. But sometimes that sacrifice is taken from you without it ever being noticed. And the treasure you seek might be the undoing of your own desires. Let us take a look at another question. Stranger, what's your name? Cried Polyphemus. Nobody, Odysseus answered. And it allowed him to flee the Cyclops cave, safe and sound. A human being and nobody. 2 answers that could not be more alike, yet both were bound to fate by their answer. All right, dear, time to call it a day. As for you, you'll get the answers you seek. You've already paid the price.
Where am I? Did the earthquake do this? I was in the cave with 37. Is the timer broken?
Hey, Vertin! Here you are!
Uh-oh. No, is this gonna be one of those things where it shows me an illusion of like a perfect illusion of everything I've ever wanted and fucking oh no. No, oh no, I'm fucking okay, no, I'm fine.
Yeah. Come! People are waiting. The feast is going to start.
Oh, it is. They're gonna show me a bunch of people that I like, and some of them are gonna be fucking dead.
Yes! Today's the big day! We're celebrating because we kicked Manus Vindicte off the island, found the key to storm immunity, and saved the Numbers people from great disaster.
What?
Come on, Vertin! You'll miss out on the delicious honey-roasted rabbit.
Wait, Regulus, you just kicked over something.
What? What is it? Something for the cattle? Whoever left this here nearly tripped this great captain. Forget it. Come, Vertin! What are you still doing there?
Are they showing us the rules so that way when someone like does one of the rules, he'll be like, oh wait a second, you failed one of the rules. This can't be real.
Ah, nice wine. Did you make it yourself?
Careful, Miss Lilia. Too much wine can corrupt one's body and will. Besides, you are already halfway through our stock for the year. But this drink you brought is pleasant to the nose. Coffee, you said. I have heard many things about it. Oh. Bitter.
Poor guy. I was expecting more from a man of your size. For God's sake, Regulus, keep an eye on your first mate here. Wow. He's so out of it right now.
It appears that this apple's abstinence from the bottle will have to begin anew.
Mr. Apple being drunk's crazy.
Finally! I was looking for you. Hello, everyone. We have a big announcement to make. Sophia's just completed her proof and found her number. Oh, don't worry about the swallows. They're going to fetch 6 for us. He's napping in the Hall of Aperon, an excuse to not join the party.
Not so fast with the announcement, 37. People will find out sooner or later. Thank you for helping us, Vertin. We wouldn't have made it without you. And I look forward to our continued collaboration with the Foundation. No. None of this makes any sense.
Oh, enough business. People are having a party here. Well, what do you say to this lovely captain who just picked up some food for you?
My apologies, Regulus. I was too focused on linear regression formulas.
Ah, that's all right. Wasn't me getting stuck in the kitchen roasting rabbits all day anyway. Unlimited supply of honeyed rabbits all day today!
Oh, she picked it up.
I heard Sophia is making her announcement today. I'm curious which number she will be.
Care to wager on that? I'd say she's a multiple of 3.
Then I'd say she is a multiple of 139.
I have to admit, she has a good number. A number 100 times better than me. 6 and 210 put together.
Calculating. 37 plus 6 plus 210 times 100 equals 2.
Oh no. She is not 25,300. I doubt anyone could live with themselves with a number that long.
No, there's so many rules being broken. This is so crazy.
You haven't met before. This is a moo, my white rooster.
Yeah, every time the rules are broken, the screen flickers weirdly.
A white rooster? Something's not right. None of this is right. Something's happened on the island. I must still be in the cave.
Maybe I shouldn't have been playing this at 6 a.m.
I have to get out of here.
Program activated.
What in the fuck is this?
Critters. Is this an illusion brought on by the fog? Or a new trial? No. Something's not right. The flow of arcane skills on the island has changed. I need to get rid of them first.
Still warm.
Loading.
I have all 4 characters. That means this is gonna be some real shit I'm seeing. What is this? What is the status effect? Cannot gain Moxie after taking an action. Moxie -1. The fuck? Bean Revulsion? The hell?
No way. Weak hide is fun.
Aha! Eliminate target.
Okay.
Thunder attack. Charging.
It could be found. Even that.
Guns loaded.
The light that illuminates all.
Hmm.
Oh, there's a bubble.
Don't waste my time.
Spell. Damage.
Relax.
No worries. Loading.
Trail's still warm.
Thank you for your cooperation. Breathe.
Aim and shoot.
Bullseye.
Okay. Okay, there you go. I was about to say,
My
damn, I still have to fight the
surroundings
chicken.
Is all the...
Don't act surprised. It's just another day on the job.
Looks like the way we came.
What in the fuck
But it's
is
a little
this?
different. These signs. Are they trying to take me somewhere? The way out? Perhaps?
Bertin! Where are you going? I made some coffee for those clever eggheads. Enough to mend their broken souls after turning their backs on it for half their lives. Fancy a cuppa as well? Here you go.
Regulus, it's a violation of their scripture. You mustn't consume any beans or bean-based products.
Yeah, the great sacred scripture again. Hey, think you can just walk away from a pirate without breaking any rules? Let's see you try. Ha! Now you must have the beans.
According to their rules, I'm not to eat things off the ground, or pick them up for that matter. Though, this mountain of beans isn't going away by itself. Fortunately, it doesn't appear to be too stable.
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh! I'm clicking and dragging this? Wait, the fuck? Okay, sure. Fuck it. Wow. What the fuck is going on right now?
Bean Mountain like this is almost as cliche as a pirate with a hook for a hand. Something like this could never hold up to skepticism. Mankind is slow in learning new ideas. They need new information to be explained in simple terms, using examples and analogies, or reduced to its most basic symbols and generalizations. Eventually, once they've gotten used to the formulas and outlines, they may just see below the surface and find the deeper essence waiting there. What about you? What do you think is your essence? Are you any more significant than a pile of coffee beans? Ah, Certainly, darling. In a way, we are all a reflection of our pasts. But is who we are a measure of our decisions? Or have our decisions been decided for us long before the moment happens? We are led by our senses, as they in turn are led by our experiences, like puppets on a string. Do people decide to put milk and sugar in their coffee for the taste? Or is it bitterness? That sharp sense on the tongue that tells them it must be sweetened? Do they even like coffee? Or is it a memory of needing it to make it through the day? Each decision we make coming from a tug on our hidden strings. Strings we cannot begin to grasp for ourselves. Only by taking out these saccharine sweeteners can we know what we're really drinking.
Burton, where are you going? We're still in a meeting. You'll have to leave from the left.
But I came in from the left. Why would I leave the same way I came in?
Oh no! You've made a mistake. Now you must stay behind bars until you prove the four-color theorem.
The what?
Be careful not to make another mistake, or you'll be thrown into the Gorgon current and confined there forever. You look worried. Don't be. We're friends. I will defend you in court. I will try my best to reduce your sentence to trisecting angles with an unmarked straight edge and a compass.
Oh, that actually sounds terrible.
I have to leave. But not from the right.
Whoa!
There must be a way to reverse left and right.
Jesus Christmas Christ.
So then left or right can be reversed as easily as changing your frame of reference. How we lead our lives according to these strict rules. Rules that are always changing definitions. It's too much for this old brain of mine. Why not simplify our definitions? To learn about the world like we were kids once more. Let's begin with math. Could it be as mutable as left and right? Could there be a hidden integer between 3 and 4? Is 1 always 1? Or is it just our frame of reference? Then what? Then math itself might just as easily be toppled. But if so, then the argument that toppled math might itself crumble. Like so many coffee beans. Whenever a doubt is raised, it too must be open to skepticism. And so, doubt follows doubt, tumbling down. Once set in motion, you cannot escape total collapse, except to give in and find something to believe.
Timekeeper, are you leaving the banquet? Perhaps we might go somewhere quiet. I wanted to speak with you about linear regression.
Terribly sorry, Sonato. I really must be leaving.
Wait! Perhaps a more impromptu debate? I have some fresh ideas about our past discussions. Could I trouble you to help me refine them? The storm is gone. We have time to enjoy life again. You don't have to keep checking your watch or your task list anymore.
But time still is against us, and I haven't any left to spare. Not even to explain myself to Sonato. I hate to be rude, but I need a moment of peace. If only I could turn everything silent.
Oh, that's so trippy. This is my ear, basically. That's so weird. It's just dead silent. There's no noise coming from any part of the game. Oh my fuck, that's crazy. That's actually so cool.
I said, if you are going to stick to your plan, then you must value your time wisely. Don't get caught up in idle conversation. Be firm in your determination, but careful not to go too far. Otherwise, your silence may be taken as a slight. And should they retaliate, what then? That's no peace, but a silent war. And peace will not return until one side concedes, even if they are blameless. Doesn't that seem unfair? There's no other way. How decisive young people can be. You don't stop to ask who ought to take the blame, or if it is right that the innocent concede to the guilty. You only want peace, and damned be the costs. We can only hope that your snap judgments will always choose the right side, darling.
Oh, you're still here, Vertin. I thought you had disappeared completely. I was hoping I might talk to you about my number. So sorry, but I really do have to leave now. Please. I think you may be the only one that can help. It won't take you long.
Oh, it actually wants me to... Wait, does it actually want me to type a number, like for real? Wait, okay, this is 6. This is also 6. You're not 6, can you be?
6. A perfect number. Let's try again. Reset the calculation for me. Back to 0. Put an asterisk and 0, and we can continue.
An asterisk and then 0. Put in 0. Oh, no, they just want me to put a 0. Okay. This is crazy. I don't know what the actual fuck is happening. Wait, no, am I actually gonna pull out a calculator? I am. 111 divided by 3 is equal to 37. Huh. I didn't even try. I just assumed it would be assumed it would be an irrational number.
That can't be my number either.
That's crazy. I should have just done the math. Okay, next time whatever number comes next, I'll actually try to do the calculation for. That's interesting that 0 is the way that we reset everything. That is kind of funny than that version 0. I guess it does make sense. Okay, 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. We got this. 5 times 7 is 35. 35 times 2 is 70. 70 times 3 is 210. Okay, yeah. So 210 would be the answer. But this would not be your number. But I'll put answered anyway.
210. I know 37 isn't a fan. Still, I would be honored to have an integer like that as my number. Let's try it one more time. I have a feeling that together we can find the right number for me.
Okay, let's set that back to 0. What in the actual fuck?
Who am I? An old question. It can't be as simple as your name. A name, after all, is only worth what meaning we give it. Bewildered by their own existence, man turns to the ultimate truth for answers. But soon enough, they come to see the truth is also beyond their ability to comprehend. That is when the fear catches up with them. So they put aside their search for truth and look for something more straightforward. A simple answer, enough to satisfy a frightened child. Caught between a comforting lie and something more frightening than the truth. And if that is so, how can we know who we are really? Very good. Perhaps the truth lies hidden in the question. Hold tight to that answer, darling. A bit of elderly advice. There is no greater treasure. One day you might be amused by this idea. when you see yourself from someone else's eyes.
All these are different shapes now instead of the same repeating one. I wonder if that means I'm almost close.
First is the circle, second is the square.
I can't click anything. I can't click anything. Oh my god, I can't click anything. Oh, wait, I'm freaking out. I can't tell if this is part of it or not. I'm losing my mind. I don't know what's real anymore. What's going on?
37? Is that you?
Why does it sound like a younger version of 37, though? And why can't I even click auto? What's happening?
Put the triangle on the triangle, and the rectangle on the rectangle. Perfect! As things should be.
Guys, I don't know. Oh my god!
The emanation? Disorder and chaos. This can't be. This isn't right. How ugly. How inelegant. How could this be the revelation from the patterns of the transcendental law above? How could such a terrible answer fall on my ears? I can't tell the others about this. There must be a mistake. I need proof. I have to go out there.
Burton, my child. Are you here to partake in sand play as well? No matter how oft we arrange them, the sight of them never grows stale. Alas, I shall destroy it.
Jesus Christ.
I think I had a terrible dream.
What did you dream?
Regulus claimed Six's throne and declared this the rock and roll empire of irrational numbers. She took out a jar of coffee beans and stuffed one into
So
my
we've
mouth.
all had nightmares.
I'm relieved that I woke up in time. And you as well. Let's go, Vertin. We need to tell everyone the numbers. Do you hear that? So many people out there. Must be Sophia here to pick me up. I told her she can wait for me outside. Sophie?
Wait, 37.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can't be that easy, huh?
What?
They invaded the island. Shit. Whoa, what the hell is this? Oh, fuck! Generates 2 rank 1s precast for an ally. Removes the rightmost. Huh. Grants 10 plus the Timekeeper. I mean, I kinda have to try it. Hmm.
When will they give us the order to attack? What's taking so long? The island is just across the bay. We have men, weapons, supplies, everything. Just give us order and we will take to shore. Check out these bad boys. Anti-Arcanum weapons courtesy of the American from that Walden place. That creep just doesn't sit right with me. He's got that Arcanus stink about him. But his technology's solid and we needed it. We've got to get ahead of the Serbs and the Greeks.
Relax, Georgie. Leaves the decisions to the big shots. I'm sure they'll just hug out the differences in the meeting room or something. Besides, you saw the monsters on that island. Can't speak for everyone here, but I don't want to die.
Screw the negotiations! Screw the committee! Like it or not, we were the first ones to find the island, not the Austrians or the Germans. Damn, those Arcanists have gone into hiding again. I swear I could see it from here. Are those bird-like creatures leaving in droves?
Georgie, brother, leave them be! Come, play with us, George!
What a good opportunity this is. It's too good to pass up. We've got to act now.
Uh-oh.
We will claim what is ours. This island belongs
Uh-oh.
to us. It's in our territory and we were the first to find it. Why shouldn't it be ours?
Uh-oh, they're getting storm syndromed.
The Austro-Hungarian Empire has officially declared war on Serbia. Russia is mobilizing in support of Serbia. Germany demands Russia to stop mobilizing at once. Germany is mobilizing. France is mobilizing.
I actually wondered where Kakania was during this part.
Father! Mother! Albert! Ilsa! Open the door! It's important! You have to listen to me!
Uh-oh.
No. This can't be. Albert?
Clara, it's odd to see you so flustered. What's the matter? I'm headed to the business school. We'll talk when I get back.
Is he fine?
Business school, but didn't you swear to never wait? What happened to your arm?
Oh, Ethan. Yes, he wounded me. He had to prove his standing to the Brotherhood. There was no other way, but that's in the past. He gave me his arm, so now we're even.
I
have to go. I have to find Johnson, Raymond, and Herbert. That little rascal pushed Ilsa into the fountain. We have a score to settle. Take care, Clara.
No! Albert! The storm syndrome is spreading, Doctor. Stay any longer, you'll be infected too. Please,
leave with me.
The signbearer in the parade. I just met her at the coffee house last week.
Watch out, Doctor! This is bad. They have lost their minds. This way, Doctor. We have to get out of here.
How do I... Hold on. I definitely want to try it. I know I didn't like the second one too much, but I mean I have to try this one, you know. Oh, so I would basically just be fueling this one as what's happening. I don't really like finding these painting guys. Freak me the hell out.
Faraday's miracle. Time to check my calculation.
Loading. Charging. Loading. Charging.
Interesting.
Loading. Charging.
It could be found.
Barrage. Eliminate target.
Uh-huh.
You've got guts.
Loading.
Trail's still warm. Guns loaded.
Faraday's miracle.
Don't waste my time. Time to get to business.
Charging.
Guns loaded.
Target confirmed.
Victory? Okay, but what does it... This way, Doctor. We have to go back to your clinic. The Special Operations Squad will meet us there.
Marcus, you once said that there was another way to make things right. And then you did your part, as I did mine. But now, after all that's happened, please tell me, what's the point of us trying? Will we save them in time? Is there any chance that we can turn things around? The ritual you acquired. The one you said could save everyone.
No. No,
Let
it is not
me
working.
in. I have just... Why hasn't the project stopped yet?
Adler Hoffman, you have been removed from the team. You have violated
The LSCC safety management regulations? I brought them with me. You're welcome. If you cared about the regulations as much as you claim, you'd know that none of what's happening aligns with its guidelines. Even the head of Laplace has no authority to continue the experiment under these circumstances.
Get out of my face, Adler. I don't have time for this. We're in a state of war. Every participant has signed an informed consent form. If you are not part of this project, please leave immediately. We only have 18 hours until the storm. This is it. The first time we've made such a breakthrough in all 9 storms. Your sister gave up her life to take us this far. I hope you don't need me to remind you that.
Yes, she made the ultimate sacrifice, hoping that it would lead to a breakthrough. But instead, death continues to rise. How can you let this go on? I demand to know why the experiment is still going!
Don't we have enough crazies around here? Madame Lucy has important things to do. She has no time for you. Go cry to your therapist, human.
Okay,
Important?
racist.
What could be possibly more important than this right now? What happened to the humanitarian ideals of the Foundation? Are we now under the tyranny of machines? What's this important thing she's got to do? Reading the paper? Sipping on oil and charging up in a 230-volt bath?
Damn, he unlocked the code. I guess that's what they call him, Enigma. Hi,
Is
Lisa.
that you, Adler?
Hi, Lisa, by the way. Late stream? Okay, I started this stream, with the intention of finishing this chapter, and I did say, and I quote, I am not sleeping until I finish Chapter 7. That being said, I think Chapter 7 is the longest chapter in the entirety of this game. For good reason, too. A lot of crazy shit's happening.
Welcome.
I'm probably not sleeping. I might take a break to go, like, brush my teeth or something at some point. Yeah, I can't imagine I'm finishing this for a while, though. It's very
Look
interesting.
At this mirror, dear. There's a sizable stain on it. Yes, it is. Maybe its owner meant to break it so that the stain would be thoroughly removed. Now the stain is gone, and the owner has a collection of little mirrors. She must have accidentally left this one behind. A lady with great ambitions and an unconscious charm. A lady who wishes to make the rest of the world accept who she is, and has suggested that many others join her way of thinking. Her brother, on the contrary, hopes to be taken in.
There are 30 parts to this entire story, and I'm on part 14. And it has been, almost 3 hours.
If you ask me, dear, I'd say they're very alike. Equally lonely. The brother and sister are a mirror image of each other. She's often repulsed by the sight of him, unable to reconcile herself with all that he reminds her of. Now the brother has found his missing arm, along with his long-lost dignity. As I said, despite their differences in approach, the brother and sister are mirror images of one another. But now the mirror is broken. I hope she can make it through the 7 years of bad luck. Poor thing. There's no way around it.
Yeah, right now, I mean, we're at a crazy part. The storm's happening. This chick's brother basically, he sort of ripped off his coworker's arm, I guess, and put it on his own. And there's all sorts of crap happening. And then we're flashing between, like, another place. Where, what is even going on?
I'm not in a suitable form to receive a guest. Simone, can you put me back in my body? I feel much better. Thank you. Oh, you have even put on a face for me. How sweet of you. I have noticed your icy gaze, Researcher Adler. You are yearning to correct the logic of this place. Well, I only said that to Simone out of courtesy. In reality, whichever body I am put into makes no difference to me.
She's a robot, by the way. That's why she's talking like that.
The experiment, ma'am. Why hasn't it stopped? Are you going to pretend that nothing's happened? That no one died?
Okay, for context why this guy, Enigma's freaking out, is that so there's this whole thing, right? there's this whole thing where, like, there's a storm. It's this giant phenomenon. They've been trying to stop it, right? And they might have just found the incantation, the spell, to basically make people immune to it. But the very second that someone tried actually reciting the spell, right? They, like, turned into, like, dust. They just turned into dust. And you might think, oh, that's pretty bad. But it actually gets worse, because that's not the worst thing that can happen to people. One guy said it, and his skin turned into mud. Another guy said it, and he's turned into a mud statue. Another guy said it, and now he's completely, like, unobservable. Like, he is sending emails, he's opening doors, but people can't observe him. Like, he's unobservable. So, after that, this guy's like, hey, we should probably stop this, right? And she's like, yeah, you're right. But we should probably keep going. We're pretty close to finding a breakthrough. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? So that's why he's here.
Could it be that you and Ulrich, the Awakened, being the tin cans you are, have no regard for actual lives?
Oh, and the reason why there's also, like, an Awakened thing is because this guy is a human, whereas the other people in this, this organization are like, Arcanists, right? They're mages, basically, right? And I will say there is, unfortunately, some racism between mages and humans here, so...
Adler Hoffman, I will not warn you again!
Relax, Adler. You are led by a biased opinion because you lack critical information. A common defect in all cognitive processes. I believe you will shift to a more rational perspective once you receive sufficient information on the subject.
A more rational perspective?
Actually, that's exactly what Lucy here is trying to do. She's trying to find a way for the incantation to work without it causing people to fucking die.
We are humans, not machines. We are not expendable parts.
But it is being shown that this is leading to a lot more deaths.
I have plenty of reasons to question your decisions. Your excessive insistence on this experiment could be a sign of uncontrollable behavior, a trait commonly seen in Arcanists.
The experiment has been cancelled everywhere. Except for this very room.
What?
Oh my god, she's using herself. She's experimenting on herself.
As you and researcher Medicine Pocket have said, the ritual is beyond the limits of almost everyone here. The side effects will kill them before the ritual can even take effect. The first wave was inevitable. Dora had pressed send before she disintegrated. We only managed to halt the subsequent transmissions and evacuate the unaffiliated staff. We kept only a few Arcanists on the team, and each has signed the consent form.
Forgive me, ma'am, but I have to use your argument against you. You too are guided by a biased opinion. An overly optimistic one. Because you have failed to properly assess the risks involved. We have suffered enough misfortunes just by uttering a few syllables of the incantation.
Oh, also, this guy is really deeply invested too, because his sister, literally died in order to get this information. And also, fun fact, the face that Lucy is wearing is a kind of a replica of his sister's face. So, he's probably experiencing some not great emotions right now.
We've talked about the limit of things before. You should know better and ask the rest of the team to quit the experiment. Your insistence will only bring calamity upon calamity on our people for nothing.
You might be right, but how is being right going to help us?
Huh?
You spoke of the limit, and I am surprised that it is you who brought it up.
No. Is the incantation just so ancient that no one can take it apart, know it? Actually, that's the fun thing, is because they actually had just discovered how to say it and what it does. But for some reason, an unintended consequence seems to be that, it seems to give, like, these crazy side effects before it can even take an effect. But it is kind of, it is validated that it is a spell to make people immune to the storm. They just don't know why this is even happening in the first place. I'm assuming Lucy is testing it on herself is what's happening here.
The physical appearance of humans has remained relatively unchanged since the Neolithic era. but their thoughts and civilization continued to evolve and underwent significant transformations. The achievements that humanity enjoys today were not given to the species by any one person with godlike powers, but were the result of the collective efforts of all human beings. Limits and boundaries must be pushed, or there would never have been room for development. There is no reason to believe that the limit cannot be challenged, especially when we already have the tools to do so. We must make progress happen.
Grandiose lies.
Lies? We have no choice but to go beyond that limit. If we do not break away from the storm, there is no future for us, let alone progress.
What immune would mean, basically, is that... So right now, when the storm happens, right? People that are affected by the storm basically are kind of erased. They're kind of... All humans that are affected by the storm are basically erased. And the storm is a global phenomenon. So it happens all across the world. Because the storm, what it does is it reverses time. You know, time goes backwards. If you're an Arcanist and you're in a place that's considered safe, right? Like places that for some reason have resistance to the storm, you'll be fine. But all humans basically go. And not only humans, but technology also goes. So that means that humanity starts to regress, basically. And so this is a huge deal for not only just the humans who are literally dying and going, you know, but also the Arcanists who are, you know, they're losing advancements in technology. And also, Arcanists aren't even fully immune. If an Arcanist is exposed to the storm also, they'll die, you know? So the storm is quite literally like a huge calamity that is killing people. And what making immune to the storm is when the storm happens, you don't get poofed, basically. That's what it means to be immune to the storm. Being immune from the storm means not getting poofed when it happens. So it's kind of a big deal.
We need to first determine all the side effects as a priority. This important step will help us compile data and eliminate the effects so our colleagues can use the ritual safely.
Yeah, the result should be that you can touch the storm and you'll be fine.
Madam Lucy, you're not going to test the side effects as the cost of lives, are you?
No. Thanks to Ulrich, we stumbled upon a breakthrough. You are right. It is time to send the other Arcanists home. Only the Awakened are needed here.
The Awakened?
The power is back, Mom. We are ready to resume.
It will take time to properly explain. Please wait, Adler. We have yet to reach an agreement.
What? Are you experimenting?
She's definitely experimenting on herself.
La Unwa.
Wait. She's read the reports, right? She was there when Dora broke into pieces.
No. Simone,
it's not one of those, oh, you're immune, I just didn't mention that means you're immune. No. It should actually be making people immune, but it's just not working. The incantation has been validated to be the correct incantation. It's just, for some reason, there's something else wrong with it. And so, I guess she's trying to figure out what's wrong. This is interesting, because Lucy shouldn't be feeling any pain. So what I'm assuming is that the incantation just doesn't affect you on a physical level. It affects you by your soul, I guess, right? But does Lucy even have a soul?
You fools! Don't just stand there! Stop her! Now!
I'm guessing that she's experimenting on herself because she could just replace her own body. But you could still feel the pain of the after effects happening.
Who's going to lead us if she also turns into a
Stay where you are, Enigma. You insisted on being here. You demanded to see this. Don't bring your pathetic, narrow-minded humanitarian values in here and tell us what to do. What do you know about us?
You can do it, madam. This is just part of the established procedures.
Just a few more syllables, madam, and it will be over.
Established procedures. I like that. Circle. Was that all, Simone?
Yes.
Good.
The spell! Oh, fuck. I get it. No, when Enigma opened the door to the room the first time, he saw an old piston, like, clatter onto the ground. So, they've literally just been doing this every single fucking time. And her body just sort of, like, destroys itself.
She's dead. This is what you... To watch her utter a curse that's always brought death, only to die in vain, and you just let it happen? Calm down. Calm down. She's dead. We have already repeated this experiment many times. Many times? Look at you, Adler, peeing your pants over a curse. The human boy is so scared that he forgot to ask the crucial question. Did the ritual work? But what do you mean? No. Triggering the curse and failure are two separate things. I was the first one to recite the incantation, way before Dora. When I read it aloud, it worked. I felt the warmth of a miraculous blessing on my head. Soft. Light as a feather. I told Madame Lucy right away. But as soon as she left the room, the curse hit me, and I began to liquefy. There was no one else in the room. My liquid form had become too insubstantial to push the help button. A long darkness followed. After that, I woke up again in my original primitive form. The way I first came into this world. Original primitive form? Unlike humans, the Awakened have neither flesh nor nerves.
Oh, yeah, no, the Okay, I should probably explain this. I just realized I wasn't making this clear what's what.
That just happen to reside in material objects by chance.
Okay, no. Okay, so for context, right, I said there's humans and there's Arcanists, right? But, I mentioned that Lucy is an Arcanist, despite the fact that she's a robot. That's because the Awakened are basically Arcanists that aren't really human. Like, for example, there's a guy called Mr. Apple, and he's quite literally exactly what you think I'm about to say. He is an apple. He is a floating apple, and I guess he would be considered under the branch of Awakened. Oh, hi Reagan, what's up? You're exceptionally late, / early. Why are you up? Listen, I'm not fucking going to sleep until I finish this chapter.
With a mind and a body combined, we could talk, learn, think.
Yeah, so
like
the Awakened
do,
are basically the
and perform
non-humanoid
experiment
Arcanists,
and
if I'm
enjoy
to
the
understand
side
that
effects.
correctly. Listen, we should just move past the fact that I'm up late and / early. We just have to accept what's going on, and we just, you know what I mean?
And
We
this
just
curse,
have,
for some
we're just gonna have to accept
cannot
that.
affect the primal consciousness
This is what's
that
happening.
caused our awakening in the first place. While human minds dissipate when their tangible bodies are destroyed, our minds reawaken regardless of the changes and destruction of our external bodies. Of course, this was an assumption based on idealized circumstances, and I needed another awakened being who could awaken in different bodies to confirm my theory. That is why I sought out Madame Lucy for cross-verification. The results?
Yes, it was an assumption. You said it yourself. You came back to life this time. But what about the next? Nothing is for sure in Arcanum. What if she never wakes up again? What if she dies for good?
We know what we are doing, human.
Okay.
Stay out of this. Only the Awakened can carry out the experiment. So we must proceed. This has nothing to do with race. It is a sense
felt like
of
it had
duty that
everything to
every
do with race,
researcher
just
should
there,
have
you called him
possessed
human.
when they chose this path. We have to go beyond the limit. Not out of madness, but out of rationality.
We seem to have replicated effect number 2.
Oh my god, Lucy's the fucking
117
piston.
of the Coleman Lab's protective rituals were proven ineffective. Write it down, Simone. This is the 4th time we have seen it. Also, number 45 and 69 are related to it.
We
need to
creep
speed
me
up.
out right now
This
with the fucking.
is too slow.
She's just a talking pin.
Adler, what are you doing here? I am glad to see you out of your room and working with us again.
No, he's not on the team, Mum. He forced his way in here.
Oh? My apologies. I seem to lose a small amount of data when I reawaken. Still, I am glad that you are showing initiative, Adler. Were we supposed to talk?
No. We have nothing more to discuss, ma'am. Ulrich has filled me in on everything. But I still worry whether the experiment's risks were properly assessed.
Assessments will only be assessments. Much is beyond measure when it comes to Arcanum. Perhaps faith plays a more important role here.
I'm surprised it is you talking about faith, ma'am.
It seems we both have the ability to surprise each other.
Okay, I can explain very briefly what this game is about. It'll take me. I'll explain it in less than a minute.
Indeed be useful to us.
Okay, here. What's happening is right now. Okay, so this is we're in Chapter 7 of Reverse 1999, which is a game roughly about mages, magic, humans, time travel, and stuff like that. What basically happened is that there's this thing called a storm. It affects the entire world. During 1999, a storm happened, and time moved 10 years backwards. The result of that is every human that existed in that time basically sort of got evaporated to some degree. Right, this just sort of ceased to exist. Arcanists that touched the storm also ceased to exist, and time literally just moves backwards by 10 years, right? But people can survive. There's different places where people can survive, but really just Arcanists, not really humans. That being said, I mean they can still kind of survive, but it's kind of complicated. The whole point of it is that there's this phenomenon called a storm, and it reverses time, and they're trying to find a way to fix it. Right, they're trying to wait to make people either immune or just solve the storm altogether. We're at Chapter 7, which is during a large part of the story, we managed to find an island of survivors, of not really survivors, but an island full of people that live in a mathematical-based society. They're all named after numbers, and they basically live their entire society purely off of math. And they have basically found a way, at some point, to calculate when the storm will happen, at some points, and then also on the island itself is a place that is fully immune to the effects of the storm. For them, it is still 2000. For them, time has continued normally. It's 2007 for them. But for the rest of the world, it's 1914, right? It's super weird. So anyway, after discovering some secrets there, and then we had to fight the enemy organization, which is Manus Vindictae, who are basically people that I think know more about the storm than we do, but they're also sort of huge assholes and are inciting the storm anyway. We've now gone to the point where we're flipping between a bunch of different perspectives. One of them is us, Vertin, who is the main character, is on the island right now, and she has possibly found the way to stop the storm altogether. Right? These people are basically like these scientists who are also working with us, and they might have found a way to create an incantation to make people immune to the storm. Now, both these teams are working independently of each other in the fact they don't know the information they both currently have. However, while this has also happened, the island where we discover the mathematicians live, it's basically been isolated from society for a significantly long amount of time, right? But now, because of all this stuff happening, their island has been revealed to the world. And you might think, oh, cool, island's been revealed to the world. First thing people are going to do is they'll kind of, like, leave it alone, right? They'll give in solidarity, or maybe they're like, maybe they'll just, like, send peace offerings or, ambassadors. But unfortunately, the year for them outside of their island is 1914, where people are not super kind on anything. And so right now, a bunch of countries are invading it. So that is at the point we're at right now. And the exact point we're at right now is basically we might have found an incantation to stop the storm from happening, but what it is instead doing, it is instead fucking killing people. And so they're experimenting right now to find a way to, get rid of that part where it's killing people. But hypothetically, it should just make people immune to the storm, if it works.
It allows us to know the probabilities of success and failure based
is the storm
on
man-made or natural? It's
established
natural.
facts and past experience.
They basically asked God how the storm, they basically have figured out, through, divine intervention or some crap. I don't know, there's, this weird thing that happened. It's hard for me to explain. It just happened, but it happened in the context of this stream, but, the storm is a result of, discord and chaos throughout the world. So it's implied to be natural. Although, I guess technically you could also say it's man-made. But I don't think any one specific person, or any group made it. It seems to be a result of the actions of, I guess, the world. Would you suggest this game? Yes, I would suggest this game. Great story, great atmosphere, good characters, amazing voice acting. I can't find anything really bad with this game.
But when we find ourselves in uncharted darkness, with no information or past experience
But it is pretty dark.
us, how are assessments going to
I
help
will
us?
say this game has definitely made me cry at least twice. Not gonna say exactly when, but I will say it has. But I mean, this game is primarily a story-based game. I'd like to say. Yeah, no, he did go over that quickly, but I guess he's got to admit that,
The only thing we have in such darkness is the unwavering faith to move forward.
Is it mobile? Yes, it is. I got this impression that God just wants to slowly lower us via the storm. I don't know, maybe. Could be God. We don't know yet.
I awoke into this world. At the beginning of this new life, my circuits were charged with a singular primal desire to progress. In the midst of that never-ending whistle, I have watched man build the towers of science and knowledge, and I have watched them unleash chaos and destruction. You too have been lost and deterred, but your engines of progress have never stopped churning. Always move forward, no matter the destination you told yourselves, until the storm brought everything to a standstill. But this is just
because the storm literally reverses technological progress.
We are only back
well, to some degree, because
we stumble blindly.
We lose machines that can never be built again, materials that can never be accessed, inventors that can never bring forth their ideas.
And this time, I happen to have a cane. No need to worry about me. I will not shut down as long as there is still hope for progress. We have wasted a bit of time on data recovery. Come, Simone. Let us begin the next experiment. I hope to dissolve into paste this time, so we can easily handle it with a Coleman's ritual of transformation.
Seen enough? We know what we are doing, and you are of no help here. It's been the same old story in this place for the past 8 years. When your faith crumbled during the storm, it was us who took over the place and cleaned up after you. It was us who got things back up and running, put coals in the hearth, and blazed a trail when everyone was lost in the dark. I know you may not understand the intricacies of the Arcanum, but please, show some basic respect for our efforts.
Will you do the experiments yourself, Ulrich?
Of course. I am not some emotional, unhelpful little punk.
Do you still remember Adams? Adams, Roman, Adolf, Sylvia, Albert, Louise, those who were taken from us by the rain, Melvin, Francis, Caroline, Leopold. They volunteered for the field, but we never heard from them again. Now we have Dora, Richard, Dawkins, and Victor on the list. Life has a wicked sense of humor. My mentor, my classmates, my colleagues. Each of them deserved to live more than me. But they're all gone now. There's only me talking to you. Alive. Useless. Am I going to see your names on that list too, Ulrich?
Spare me the feelings, human, though I will take back my sarcastic jabs at you. It is not something a leader should do. Madame Lucy talked to me about the importance of teamwork. Go back to your room, Adler. The Arcanists will take over from here. Until we get the results, you won't be needed here.
I will say this, Ulrich. If you survive the experiments, I will submit the sincerest application to never be on the same team as you again, so neither of us will have to worry about teamwork. How's that sound?
Haha. I will wait for that application, Adler.
I do kind of feel bad for Adler here. He's sort of one of the only humans that has really just kind of had to adapt to the storm while watching everyone and every person that, like, he's ever, you know, made connections with sort of die as a result of this entire thing. Makes a person go crazy. He even just lost his sister, too. Like last chapter? Like chapter 6, he literally just lost his sister.
Who's there?
Adler Hoffman from the cryptography team. Is Medicine Pocket in? I heard that they wrote a paper on the linear correlation between the purity of an Arcanist bloodline and their power. Can I get some more details on the research?
The paper is here. Help yourself. Sorry about the stains on it. I just took it out of the trash. If you're looking for Medicine Pocket, I'm afraid they just left.
Left? To where? They left the building? Hasn't the countdown already begun?
Yes, and by regulations we are not to leave.
Oh no.
But
he's gonna die.
they said their new theory had to be verified in the storm.
Are you fucking kidding me? By the way, I actually forgot to mention, there is one person that's immune to the storm. There is a single human being out there. Well, I guess technically an Arcanist, but there's a single person out there that is entirely immune to the storm, and it is Averton, the main character. She is called the Timekeeper, and for some reason that we don't know, she is completely immune to the effects of the storm. The one person in the world is completely immune to the effects of the storm. That we know of, anyway.
Ha! Fresh air, green grass, the dew, the mud. This is what I'm talking about. A better world.
Researcher Medicine Pocket, I must remind you that we are at the edge of the immunity zone to the storm. Once we cross the line, we will not only catch the storm syndrome, but also be taken by the storm at the end of the countdown.
I know that. How stupid do you think I am? Hey, isn't that Rudolph? The poor guy sent to Tunguska? Hey man, how was Siberia? Welcome back. Did you bring me any new research materials? Oh, you don't recognize me? You're breaking my heart. It's me, your best friend that you just met, Medicine Pocket.
No, there's only one MC. There's not. This game, you're entirely just Verton.
Researcher, I must make clear that you only applied for 15 minutes outside for research purposes. Your countdown starts from the moment when you cross this line.
Okay, safety first, I know. Get off me, you're hurting my arms. I'll bounce as soon as the storm syndrome hits. Even if I catch it, look at the syndromes of this era. Distorted faces, murderous intentions, obsession with war. What's got you so worried? They aren't that bad. Well, the melting faces part is kind of gross. I really wanted to test this in Vienna. Oh well, better than nothing. Alright, now, I'm gonna walk a little further from the immunity zone so the samples are easier to gather. The ideal distance is 1,500 kilometers, but, oh, don't worry, not gonna do that. Even I can't run that fast. Now behold, the important moment when I prove the dorks in Laplace wrong about asymmetrical nuclide R.
Now, hypothetically, if the storm research were to succeed, two things should have been done. And to find out the safe way to use it, we have to... This is what Lucy was thinking. The Awakened met the casting requirements of the incantation, and Ulrich succeeded, while the other Arcanists did not feel the same miraculous blessing like he did. So as long as we eliminate the side effects, they'll be able to inscribe the incantation and mass-produce it for the humans. One problem is, only the Awakened can carry out the experiments, and there's not many of them around. It'll take too long. There's no way to do this in 24 hours. Heck, it could take months or even years. There must be something else we can do.
But you are not an Arcanist. Why should you play by their rules?
Yes, that's right. Let's try a different approach. What if I start with the desired outcome and work backwards to the question? The quickest and most efficient way to save everyone is to make them qualified casters of the ritual. They won't even need protective equipment if we can do that. The challenge is, how do we qualify the casting requirements? Medicine Pocket's theory is correct, and there's enough data and supplementary experiments to back it up. The power of Arcanists is directly tied to the purity of their bloodline, which is associated with the special cells in their bodies. Using arcane skills reduces the activity of the cells, but the Picasma extract can reactivate them for extended casting. However, the extract only provides endurance, not power. It is physiologically impossible for a low-ranked Arcanist to cast a high-ranked skill. That's the reality of it. If we were to compare the power of Arcanists to household appliances, let's say their normal voltage is 230 volts, and if the storm immunity ritual were a high voltage source of 1,000 volts, no, millions of volts, like lightning, the household appliances would be destroyed in an instant. As for the humans, they're not even in the picture. We cannot cast to begin with, and I personally didn't feel any blessing or curse when I recited half of the incantations that day. Think. How can I get everyone to meet the casting requirements of the ritual? Forget what's theoretically impossible. The Arcanum never gave a damn about certainties. I've been reminded plenty that logic does not apply to things like this. What about shortcuts? Are there records of transcendental rites? Significant celestial events? Sacrificial offerings? Or even pneuma-emanating ingredients that could boost the user's casting abilities? Wait, Pneuma. Emanating. Where have I seen that word before? It was in the files Ulrich told me to read. The Timekeeper's report from the Aegean Sea. Those islanders call the storm the emanation. Why? The emanation. Emanation. Just what is emanating out?
What the hell?
What the? Dawkins, I hope you know this is not the time to catch up. That is if you're able to talk at all. No! Let go! I've just come up with an idea! Leave me alone!
God damn it. Oh my god, he was really cooking there for a second.
Program activated.
Why did Dawkins come over here? I thought he was being restrained. Oh no. I wonder if that means something else happened.
Oh, there's a bubble. Oh, there's a bubble. It could be found, given that...
Loading.
Are you irrational numbers? Are you irrational numbers?
Faraday's miracle.
How troublesome.
Charging. Loading. Charging. Barrage. Aim and shoot.
Victory? Okay, but...
You're not really here for revenge. The invisible ghost. Victor, did you do that?
Researcher Adler!
What happened? Any progress?
Yes, researcher Medicine Pocket has proved their theory right. They have successfully found the asymmetrical nuclide R in the air before the storm, even if only a trace.
What did you say?
They came up with the idea because the nuclide was initially found in the raindrop samples of the storm. They deduced it also exists in the air before the storm occurs, like the water droplets in the atmosphere before rain. So now, we can extract it directly from the air, without waiting for the Timekeeper to bring the raindrops to us. This will help us a lot in the mass production of the protective gear.
No way. She was right. The ritual works. Any arcanist can... I didn't need to boost the caster's abilities. With the right setup and materials, the world before the storm is already an enormous stage for performing the ritual. It's like a charged pylon just needing a cable.
Mr. Adler?
Thank you, Miss Whoever, and thanks for letting me know, Dawkins and Victor. It's me, Ulrich. Let me in. Tell her. I found a way to transcend...
Damn, Enigma's popping off. Wait, no, I'm actually really curious. Oh my god, wait, please. Sorry, I literally can't go to bed until I fucking hear this now. Please, please, please.
We don't have time. I'll spare you the technicalities and explain it straight. Our biggest problem is the limit of the bloodline. Low-rank arcanists can't command high-rank arcane rituals. Similar to how household appliances can't withstand what's beyond their designated voltage. In most cases, the caster can only use their own arcane circuits that run through their inherited bloodline. But what if the caster were in a special electric field? What if we used existing circuits on the outside and put the caster into a greater circuit? What if we factored in the entire planet and used the atmosphere to split the current flowing through us by adding more appliances to the circuit?
Don't be ridiculous, Adler. We are not household appliances.
Hold on, let me finish. "24 hours before the storm, the entire world is charged with abundant arcane energy. It becomes a space emanating pneuma, a cloud ready to discharge, a special electric field. Look at asymmetrical nuclide R. The key to the storm immunity was inside the storm all along. And look at how the Mandragora is the antidote to its own poison. The solution can be hidden in the question itself. The arcane energy a caster inherently lacks can be borrowed from the surroundings during the storm. We just need a way to induct that energy. And Laplace happens to have all the data for the calculations. The observation systems we've built over the past 8 years have not been in vain. First, we derive a formula to determine the pneuma needed from the storm based on the Arcanist lineage. Then, we'll design a converter to transform the external pneuma into what they can use. They will no longer be bound by their limits. With just one calculation and one conversion, we can turn anyone into a capable caster.
I knew I shouldn't have wasted my time listening to you. What are you saying, Adler? You made up a confusing story, then drew conclusions from—
The second part is purely theoretical, I admit. But the basis of my theory is correct, and I have read Medicine Pocket's paper.
But Arcanum is not electricity! You're too caught up in your excitement to remember the basics. You know nothing about Arcanum.
It's still a form of energy, yes? No one here knows what a storm is, but we do know that it's a massive arcane energy field. We can harness it. Much like Arcanists use arrays to amplify their incantations.
I see what researcher Adler is trying to say. A creative solution indeed.
But ma'am...
Do not worry, Ulrich. I also have noticed that humans could be smart and stupid at the same time. Perhaps that is why they need to have their work peer-reviewed.
Thanks?
There is a type of electrophotography invented by Semyon Kirlian and his wife Valentina Kirlian in 1939 that depicts the energy field surrounding an object or body. It was later used by Laplace as a method of measuring arcane power, notably for the storm observations. Through it, we are able to capture and measure the arcane light or aura that is invisible to the naked eye. The plan of researcher Adler is feasible. Laplace also has the technology to support it. We have the storm observation stations, the capable casters, and the best mathematicians. Ulrich, please ask Miss Tider to lead the calculations, then experiment outside the safe zone and record the pneuma constant needed for casting the incantation. And do not give the incantation to anyone. I doubt they can resist trying it. Simone, please contact researcher X. His balancing helmet could be the prototype for our converter. That helmet balances the energy field in and out of our bodies, and was once used to protect researchers working with dangerous arcane skills. We could boost its power and use it as a substitute for Adler's converter. But we should postpone their testing request until we have completed our experiments on the side effects.
What about me, ma'am? Should I go with the
Right. I wanted to talk about that. You have proven to us the value of human thoughts and perspectives. I am glad that your struggles with the bottle did not damage your brain, Adler. I am confident that your discoveries will save many lives in the storm once implemented.
The bottle? But it's been 7 years.
But you overlooked one thing in your plan. What about your people? The humans who can never cast incantations.
They were not included in the plan. I just came up with something that took the least steps to reach the desired outcome. To save humans, they'll have to rely on equipment. Only when we have better control over the ritual can we store it on arcane devices for mass
Why
production.
did I just feel a weird tonal shift? Did anyone else just feel that? I feel like... Why does it feel like we're about to get killed here? Am I crazy? Does anyone else feel this?
Then you should go perfect it.
Huh? We only have 16 hours and 30 minutes until this...
The feasible part of your plan is in motion. And all of Laplace will provide the help
I
you need.
don't know why I'm
We will
feeling
make it
weird
work.
now.
As for yourself, perfect your plan so we can save everyone, including the humans. And we only have 16 hours and 30 minutes to find a solution.
Understood. I will think of something. You're right about this one.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there was a huge tonal change. I thought we were about to get killed.
There was no way he overlooked his own race. Yet, he still gave up his own people and brought this plan to us. Were we too hard on him?
Were we? But I made the right decision.
Yes. Yes. We will provide the tech support.
Oh, we got manipulated. Son of a bitch, I just realized what happened.
It was Xenomom. They lost contact with Team Timekeeper 3 hours ago. They're asking us for tech support. They have to make contact with the island immediately.
I won't be in there for long. You can wait for me on the beach if you want, okay?
No! 37! Don't!
Oh, flashbang. Fuck.
Where? What happened?
God bless. You know, fuck. I guess we should continue this later, huh? It is sort of 7 in the morning.
When I was a youngin'.
Yeah, it's 7 in the morning. I guess I didn't think it would take this long. So I got so wrapped into the story and everything. God, it's almost been 4 hours. Fuck me. Yeah, you know what? As soon as I wake up tomorrow, we'll continue this. I'm not even gonna timestamp this. I'm gonna, like, leave that this was a part 2 or something. This is part 1. I'm gonna go to sleep. And then when I wake up, we're doing part 2 immediately. Like, that's literally what's happening. Like, pretty much as soon as I wake up, we're doing that. Because I literally can't wait. But I'm like, I want to continue, but I quite literally am just like my eyes, my eyes are getting heavy. I'm like losing my mind, and like I feel like I can barely look at the screen right now. Yeah, so literally as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna do this. So if anyone's watching, thank you very much for watching. We will literally continue this in 8 to 12 hours, which is about the time where I imagine I'll wake up. So, until then, thank you very much for watching, I appreciate it, and when we come back, part 2!
Second mouse who gets the cheese, huh?
See you guys later. I'll see you guys later.